problem. Headphone पे लगना Hello guys, can someone confirm if you're able to hear me and see the screen? Okay, we'll start in 2 3 minutes. We'll wait for more people to join. Okay, guys, we'll start with the session for today. I hope all of you are able to hear me clearly and see the screen. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat. All right. So we'll do a quick recap of what we studied in the previous class. So we started our discussion with OOPS, right? And we got an intuition for OOPS. What is object-oriented programming? How do we create classes, and what is the difference between class and instance of a class, right? And we learned about creating a custom data type in Python called human. So we understood what are the characteristics of human and what are behaviors of human. And we also concluded that if we understand characteristics and behavior, which we also call as attributes and methods, then we will be able to create custom data types or custom objects in Python. Okay. So we decided that we will talk about human class, and we created this class called human, and then we left it as blank, and then we understood how we can create an instance of a class and how we are checking the type of that object, right? And then we talked about creating some init methods or assigning some attributes to the object of a class or assigning some attributes to instance of a class at the time of creation of that instance. Okay, so we understood this init method, which is a dunder method, or you can also call it as a magic method, right? And we understood how we can assign some attributes, right? And then we also added some simple methods, and we understood about this syntax of creating an object by passing some parameters while creating the instance, which goes as an attribute to the object using the self parameter. So we understood about the meaning of self also, which is very very important, right? And then we tried to use some of the methods like walking and eating, and then we went ahead and we added some more functionality to our human class by adding some dunder str method, dunder repr method, and we added a method called adding a friend, where we were enabling a functionality where a human can become friend of another human. When you become friend, you get appended to the friend list of that human being, right? So this much we did last time. I hope this much is clear to all of you. Is anyone facing any problems till here? Guys, is there some disturbance in my voice? Is my voice not as good as yesterday? Mohammed, I think there is some problem from your end. I don't know. I have not changed any settings. All right. Okay. So, what do we do today? So today we will continue our discussion about object oriented programming. We'll do a little bit of practice, and we will also discuss few concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. These are very, very important. Okay. Chalo. We'll move ahead, and I also want to discuss about different types of methods. Okay. So try to what you can do as assignment is try to implement these things. Okay, making friends I've shown you. Okay, how you can implement marriage. Okay, two humans are getting married. So one person can have a spouse. So if it is a male, that person will have a wife. If it is a female, that person will have a husband. So like that you can implement that functionality here. So take that as an assignment. Take this class human and add a functionality of marry. Okay. So person A can marry person B. So one person A is married to person B. Person A dot husband becomes person B, and person B dot wife becomes person A. Like that, you can add a functionality. I hope you will be able to do that. Guys, will you be able to do that? In Muhammad is asking in add friends, you are appending the friend list, but that variable is in constructor, but that is not global variable. How is it creating? I did not say anything about global variable or anything like that. What is your question? Friend list is an attribute for human. So what is the issue? Okay. So try to implement this and also try to implement this company thing. This company thing I will also show you. We'll also create a company and company can have list of employees and that way. But before that, let us talk about a very important concept. Today we will learn about types of methods. Okay. So types of methods we have, I told you there are three types of methods. One is instance method. The other is called as a class method. And the third type is called as a static method. Okay. So instance method is what we have discussed till now. I think I wrote it somewhere else also. Here I've written, okay. So methods, instance method, class method, and static method. So let us try to understand all these three, and then we will also try
మీరు
to
ఒక్కడ
understand.
నడుస్తాం మెత్తలు నడుస్తున్నారా?
Okay. And then we will also talk about different types of attributes. So half of it we already know. We'll discuss the remaining. Okay. So let me remove this and put it here. Okay. So instance method you already know. What the method that we have been using till now are instance methods because they are belonging to the instance. Okay. Similarly, we'll talk about class method. Why it is instance method? Because it is taking self. So if there is any method which is taking self, then that is the instance method because it is acting on the instance. Similarly, there can be a class method also, and there can be a static method also. So I'll show you example of static method first because it is much simpler. You will use it. After that, we will see class method. By the way, whatever I have shown you in OOPS till now, if you have understood that, then that itself is sufficient for your DSA practice. Okay. In DSA, we will be creating simple classes and simple objects. So if you have understood till now everything and you are able to create classes, then that much is sufficient for your DSA perspective. But we will go and understand other things also. We'll understand OOPS completely. Okay. So let us take this method. Let us take this class here and let us bring it down. And let us do few more things here. Okay. So this is the class that we created. It is class called human, and there we have init method, add friend, str, repr, all of this is there. Okay. Now what I want to do here, imagine that I want to create, suppose there is a human being. Okay. So for human beings, I want to have like a default age, or we can say lifespan. Okay. Lifespan means how long a human is going to live. For example, I gave you the example that imagine yourself to be a god and you are creating a human. Okay. The design of a human. So you are a god and you are trying to create this inside Python. So when you are creating, you are giving a lifespan. So suppose example, you are saying lifespan is 70, which means every human being will have a lifespan of 70. They are going to live for 70 years, then they will die. Okay. Earlier also I gave you example here, and I told you that this is called as a class variable. Class variable means it belongs to the design itself. That means every instance of human is going to have this lifespan. Okay, this is called as a class variable. I'll show you an example of what I'm trying to say. So let me create these human beings here. Okay, see. Suppose I have Tyler. Okay, so if you go here and if you do Tyler dot dunder dict, or if you remember earlier when we were talking about list and dictionary, I told you that if you want to know everything about that object, you can do this dir Tyler to understand what are the things that I can do with a human object. Okay, so if you come here and if you see, and I told you just ignore all these double underscore ones. If you come down, you can see what are the things you can do here. You can see there is a add friend method, there is the eat method, there is friend list, there is gender, there is lifespan, there is name, there is walk. So everything that we created, just like in list we were seeing append, index, get, so here we are able to see all the methods that we have described for this custom data type. I hope you are able to understand. There is one interesting thing here which is called as dict. So if you come here and if you say Tyler dot dunder dict, it will show you in a dictionary format what are the attributes that are present for Tyler. Okay. Similarly, if you try to access it using the class itself, okay, you will see here there should be, see here there is lifespan. Okay, so this lifespan actually belongs to the class itself. So if I come here and if I say Tyler dot lifespan, you can see it is 70. Although I have not assigned it to Tyler, but because it belongs to the class, Tyler is able to access it. Okay. You can say that Tyler lifespan is equal to 100. You can do like this also. But when you do it this way, suppose this is Tyler lifespan is 70, and I say Tyler dot lifespan is equal to 100. Suppose I'm increasing the lifespan for only Tyler. Okay. So if you do this, okay, and then you come and you run this code again, Tyler.dict, you will see that lifespan will be added in the namespace. This is called as a namespace of Tyler. Okay. You see, here you see we have added lifespan. Okay. But if you look at some other object, for example, Ashish, if I come here and if I do Ashish dot lifespan, pay attention, guys. Okay. This can be a little bit confusing. See, it is still 70. So what happens in the way we are doing things, if you're trying to access an attribute for any object, if it does not exist in that object, then it will go and it will look in the class. First there is instance, then there is class. So if you come here and if you do Ashish dot dict, okay, you can see there is no lifespan here because lifespan does not belong to Ashish. But when I'm doing Ashish dot lifespan, I'm getting it because Ashish is an object of the class human, and human has lifespan. If I do human dot lifespan, I'm able to get 70 here. Okay. So we can modify it, but by default, it will look for the class. Okay. So this is about, this is, this we will call, this is a class variable. This is a class variable. Similarly, you can say maybe hands is equal to 2, and legs is equal to 2, and eyes is equal to 2. These are all class variables. This is common for all instances of the class human. Okay, every human being by default will have lifespan of 70. Hands will be 2, legs will be 2, eyes will be 2. Is this clear what I'm trying to say here? Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to create a method. Okay, I want to create a method that will change the lifespan of human being. Okay, that will change the lifespan of human being. So you can say that why we need to do that. Okay. Again, keep that question in mind. We will answer that question later, why we need to do it. But first, let us see how we will do it. Is the problem statement clear what I'm trying to do here? For example, name, gender, and friend list. This is instance variable. This is belonging to the instance. Okay. Ashish will have its own name. Tyler will have its own name. Sania will have its own name. But lifespan, hands, eyes, and legs, these are class variables. This belongs to every member of the class or every instance of the class. Now I'm trying to change this. Suppose from 70, I want to make it 80. Okay. Is the problem clear to everyone? What I'm trying to do? Guys, are you following? Is there anyone who's not understanding? Okay. So what I will do, I will create a class method. Okay. This method, what I've created here, this method is called as an instance method. Why it is called instance method? It is taking the instance as a parameter through self. Okay, self here is representing the instance. Now it is not necessary to use self here. Okay, you can use any other word if you want. You can also put apple here. Self is just convention. Okay, normally we will write self, but it is not necessary that you have to write self. You can use anything, apple, mango, elephant, whatever you want to write, you can write it. The code is going to work, there is no problem. Whatever is the first argument, that will be treated as the instance. Okay, name is you should keep as self, because normally that is the standard way of writing it, but you can write anything. Now I want to add a method. I want to add a method which will change the lifespan. So okay, so I want to say change lifespan. Pay attention here. Okay, this is important concept. I'll say self. Okay, instead of self, I don't want self, I want class. So I'll write cls and I will say cls dot lifespan is equal to, and here I will say take one lifespan from the person, new lifespan. Okay, and I will say cls dot lifespan is equal to new lifespan. Okay, I've created this method. Is there any problem in this method? Will this method work? What I want to do, I want to write a method that will change the lifespan of humans. How many of you are saying it will work? How many of you are saying it will not work? People who are saying not work, please give reason also. Muhammad is saying it will not work. Why you are saying it will not work? What is the reason? Tell me. So here I've created the humans, okay? And here I'm coming and I'm saying Tyler dot lifespan. It is coming as 70. Fine. Ganesh is also saying not work. Why not work? I will say Tyler as still invoke. You can unmute and you can tell me. Tyler dot change, I want to say change lifespan. And I want to increase the lifespan to 120. If I do this, will it work? I want to change for the class. Let me run it and let me now come and see Tyler dot lifespan. It has become 120. It is working, but it should work for others also. So if I do Ashish dot lifespan, it is still 70. So it has not changed. If I come and here, if I do human dot lifespan, it is still 70 for the class. So we were not able to change the class variable. Why?
Because
Why did not work?
you have done it for object level. For each object, you have done that. Like for Taylor only, you had you call the method and invoked it, right?
But here I've written CLS, no? So
Because Tyler, Ashish, Sanya, Nagesh are different objects, right?
okay,
So you had explicitly called that method for Tyler. You haven't called for
okay,
Ashish. You
fine. So
called
if
for
I do, so if I do human dot change lifespan, human dot change lifespan. Here, if I do 100, will it work?
Method is an instance method. So if we are using instance method, in that case, it won't work. Right?
Guys, can you hear me? Tell me in the chat. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. So someone has written the correct answer in the chat, and that answer is that I just told you. I just told you that changing the name here does not make any difference. If I have written CLS here or write anything here, it does not make any difference because the CLS is still the instance. Okay. So if I say human dot change lifespan, okay, here I will have to pass instance. For example, Tyler or Ashish or whatever. Okay. I can do it this way. Suppose if I say Ashish also, and if I come here, if I say Ashish dot lifespan, it is it will be 100. But if I do Sanya dot lifespan, okay, it will be still 70. Okay, because I'm only making this way when I'm writing. This is not a class method. Python does not care for this variable. I have CLS, but that does not make any difference. This point is clear to all of you guys. So how do I make it a class method? I will make it a class method by using a decorator. Okay, I'm going to use a decorator or notators or wrappers. But just for now, just know this syntax. Here I'll put come here and here I will write at the rate class. Okay, what happens when I write this decorator? I think I talked about higher order functions. So
Sir,
in
you're
higher order
breaking.
functions, I gave you two examples.
Your voice is breaking.
Hello, 1 second, 1 second. My just router is restarting. It takes some time. Just 1 second. Guys, can you hear me? Voice is okay now? I'm sorry, there was a power cut. I could not help it. Okay. So I'm saying that I'm going to add this class method. So what this class method will do? This will tell, this will, this will indicate, this will indicate that the first parameter is a class. Okay. First parameter is a class. Okay. It means that whatever I'm passing here, it is a class, it is not an instance. So whatever change is going to happen, it is going to happen on a class level. So this class dot lifespan is equal to new lifespan. This is actually, this is going to say that human dot lifespan is equal to new lifespan, or whatever is the name of the class. Okay, so this class is going not going to represent Tyler, it is not going to represent Ashish, Sanya, it is going to represent the class itself. Okay, this thing, this part is clear. So now can I run this? Now can I run this? Is everyone following me? Kanhaiya is saying, please explain this decorator thing. Okay. See, don't worry about what is a decorator. That is a separate subject. Just know that adding this at the rate something on top of a function. When we are writing a function, okay, we're writing a function, says for example, def add, okay, and you say x and y like this, okay, and you are returning x plus y. So sometimes we can add a decorator here, okay, print hello, something like this, okay. So if we do this, this is called as a decorator or it is called as a wrapper. The purpose of this wrapper or decorator is to modify the functionality of this function in some way, okay. We will learn about that later, don't worry about it. For now, okay, for now just know that this decorator will change the functionality. So here also there is a method. I want to change the functionality such that I want to tell Python that whatever I am passing here, it is not an instance, it is a class. Okay. Now, if you want, you can also put self here. It will not make any difference. Self here will represent a class because we have added this decorator. But the convention is to not use self, it is to use class. We cannot use the word class because that is a reserved word. That's why we use class, CLS. Okay. So now if I run this code and if I come here and if I see Tyler dot lifespan, it is 70. Now I'm saying Tyler dot change lifespan. Okay. I'm saying Tyler dot change lifespan. So now what will happen? If I do 120, I will get Tyler dot lifespan is equal to 120. If I do Ashish dot lifespan, then what happens? Will it be 120 or will it be 70? Who wants to guess? Why? Why 70? Guys, if you are giving answer, also give your reason. Don't, it's not a MCQ. Why you are saying 70? Instance means what? Mohammed Saif Akhtar. Why it is just a change for Tyler? If I run human.lifespan, this will also be 180. And if I do Ashish.lifespan, this will also be 180. Why? Because we are changing the lifespan for entire class. We are not changing for Tyler. We are accessing this method using Tyler, but the change is happening for the entire class. This CLS is not Tyler. The CLS is the class. You can also write it this way: human dot change lifespan, and here you can also say 300 like this. So now if you come and if you look at Tyler dot lifespan, okay, human dot change lifespan. Now if you come and look at human dot lifespan, it is 300, okay. But if I come and if I do Tyler dot lifespan, what should I get? Should I get 120 or should I get 300? Tell. Why 300? Again, you're giving me answer, but not the reason. Is there a way if we change for class, then it should change for all, and if we change for one, then it should change for one only? Change in class. 120, as it is already invoked with 180. Suhas is right. Okay. For Tyler, we have already made the change. Okay. For sorry, because I ran the code again. Okay. But say, for example, here we have changed for 300. Okay. Now for all the classes, if I do Tyler dot lifespan, and if I do Ashish dot lifespan, I'm trying to teach you about namespace here, okay, and the hierarchy of namespace. And if I do Sania dot lifespan, and if I do what was there, Nagesh dot lifespan. This is an important thing, okay. And I want to print all of this. Okay, you can see all of them are having 300 because I've changed for everyone. Okay, I created the instances and then I change. if I created the instance and then if I run it here, okay, you will see all of them are having. You can run it. Why it is 300 by default?
So one quick question.
1 second, 1 second. Let me finish. I created the class. I did this, and you see by default everyone is 70. Fine. Now if I change for human, okay, it is 300. Okay. And if I do human dot lifespan, it is 300. Now if I run for all of them are going to be 300. This much is clear. Now if I change, if I say Tyler dot lifespan is equal to 200, suppose. Okay. And now if I run this code again, what will happen? If I run this cell again, what should happen?
Only Tyler.lifespan will be 200, others will be 300.
Others will be 300. Why? Because Tyler is having lifespan in its own namespace now, because we have defined it. So it is not going to access with the class. This is the lesson that I was trying to tell you. That whenever we are trying to look for attribute, first it will look in instance if it is available or not. If it is not available, then it will go for class. If it is not available in class, then it will go to default built-in object. Python ka built-in object, in that it is available or not. If it is not available here also, then it will give error. This is the flow. So now we have created Tyler lifespan is equal to 200. So this lifespan is present in Tyler. Okay. So if you come here and if you look at Tyler.dict, sorry, it is dunder.dict. Okay. You will see there is lifespan called 200 here. But if I do Ashish.dict, okay, you see there is no lifespan here. Now, if I again change the lifespan for all the humans, suppose if I'm making it 500, okay, so human lifespan has become 500, okay. So if I run this, everyone will become 500 except Tyler, because Tyler has 200 in its own namespace. So you see all of them have become 500, but Tyler's lifespan is 200. So this is the difference between instance variable and class variable. This is what I was trying to show you. Sayam is saying something. Previously, we have not defined the class method. Now we are saying this is a class method. So whatever change we do, it does change for all the classes, which is accessible for the same way we have updated. I did not understand what he has said, but I think he has understood. Okay.
One quick question is that, can you create a new object of the human and see what will be the value of the lifespan?
Okay, great. So let me create that and let me say that I am having Suhas. Okay. So Suhas is a human being. Okay. And Suhas is a human being and name is equal to Suhas. And what else we need? Gender is equal to male. Okay. So now if I do Suhas dot lifespan, this is 500. Because this class human is having, because you look at this human, if you look at this human dot dunder.dict, okay, you can see here lifespan is 500 because that has been changed. Okay. Ashish, Sania and Nagesh, they don't have lifespan in their own namespace. Suppose if I change it, suppose if I change for Ashish dot lifespan is equal to, if I'm making only 20. So when I do this, this is adding an instance variable. Okay. So now if I run this whole thing again, you will see Tyler will be different, Ashish will be different, remaining two will be taking from the human class 500, whatever we have put. You see, this is 20 and this is 500. Now, if I change, say for example, if I change Ashish dot change lifespan, keep in mind here I'm using lifespan. This is an attribute. Here I'm using this change lifespan, which is a method. Okay, and this method is a class method. Okay, this change lifespan is a class method. So if I do this and if I make it 800, Ashish dot change lifespan 800, what should happen? Tell me again. If I run, if I run this code, and now if I come here, and if I try to run this again, what should happen? Who should get 800, and who should get 200? Who should get 20? Will Ashish become 800? Or only Sania and Nagesh will become 800?
Ashish, Sania, and Nagesh will be 800.
Why Ashish? Because Ashish here is
It is
20.
20, but again, we are changing with the class method to
That's what I'm
800.
trying to
Means
tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Here I am not, see, there's a difference between Ashish dot lifespan is equal to 800. This is the instance where I have not run this code. I am doing Ashish dot change lifespan. So this is not making, this line of code is not making change to Ashish. This is not, this is what I'm trying to explain. This is not making change to Ashish. This is making change to human. Writing this and writing this human dot change lifespan 800, these two are same things. This method we are accessing using the class here, the same method we are accessing using the instance. We are accessing the method using the instance. We are not running it on the instance. It is going to run on the class only because this is a class method. Keep that in mind. Okay. So if I run this now and if I run this, you see Ashish is still 20, Tyler is still 200 and remaining two are 800. Why Ashish is 20? Because Ashish is having the lifespan in its own namespace. So it is going to refer to that. It is not going to refer to the class. If I delete it, suppose if I delete it, suppose if I can delete like this, I can use the keyword del and I can say Ashish dot lifespan like this. Okay. And now if I come and if I look at Ashish dot dict, you will see now lifespan is not there. Okay. Now if I change it, if I run, say for example, Sania dot change lifespan, and if I make it 555, okay, what should happen here? Sania will become 555, Nagesh will become 555, Ashish will also become 555 because Ashish does not have lifespan in its namespace. I have deleted that. But Tyler will remain 200. You can do this. You can see. Tyler is 200, remaining have become 555. What is the summary of this entire story that I told you? Look at the namespace of every instance and be careful whether you are running a class method or you are running an instance method. Okay. If this is an instance method, if change lifespan is an instance method here, then it will impact only the instance. If it is a class method, then it will impact the entire class. Doesn't matter how you are calling this change lifespan, whether you are calling using class or you are calling using instance, it is going to make change in the class only. Is this clear? This is little bit confusing at times. That's why I am asking again and again. Manas is asking if object instance class method will make changes to the class, instance method will make changes to the instance. Clear. Manas, what is Manas saying? Manas is saying that if object instance method is not available at the time, will it take from the class method? We call class method with decorator class method. It will change value at the class level. Same time, if any object has any method available, it will take precedence and it will not change. I did not understand. We will call Manas. Can you unmute yourself and ask the question? I did not understand what you're saying.
Here, yes, I wanted to say the same thing that if,
Hmm.
for example, you change anything in the value for the
Hmm.
generic like class change class instance, and if that instance is not available for that object instance,
Hmm.
then what will happen is it will take the precedence for the object. It will not change if it is existing, but if it is existing, it will take that particular precedence. I hope I'm going to clear.
See, I will explain it one more time. Okay. Suppose this is human class. Okay. Human is having lifespan of 70. Okay. And now you are creating some objects. So I created an object called Manas. I created an object called Suhas. And I created an object called Anubhav. Okay. If you ask, and Manas, Suhas, and Anubhav, all of them are having their own namespace. Like, for example, there is name here and age here. Suhas is also having a name and age. Anubhav is also having name and age. Okay. Now I'm saying that give me Manas dot lifespan. Give me. So I will go and look at Manas dot lifespan. Lifespan is not there for Manas. So I'll go to Manas ka class and see whether lifespan is there or not. 70 is there. So I'll say Manas dot lifespan will return me 70. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. But if I am resetting, if I am setting the value, if I'm saying that boss, Manas dot lifespan is equal to 85, suppose. If I'm running this line of code, what this is doing? This line of code will come here and will say that Manas is having name, age, Manas is also having lifespan is equal to 85. Fine. Now tomorrow I want to change the lifespan for human only. So you come here and if you write one method and if you're saying human dot lifespan is equal to 80 if I do, suppose. So this has become from 70, it has become 80. And again you're saying Manas dot lifespan. Will it be 80? No, because it will go and look for Manas. It is saying 85, so it will return 85. But if you say Suhas dot lifespan, then it is going to not find it here. So it will go and look for human. It will return 80.
Just one last point. Human dot lifespan is equivalent to dot human dot change lifespan. Would it be the same?
No. See, this is a way of accessing an attribute. When I say, this is a good question you have asked. See, I'll tell you one thing. Okay. I've created this. I'm running this class. I'm doing this. Okay. If I come here, if I say Tyler dot lifespan, what is this? This is the meaning of this is give me the lifespan for Tyler. Okay, which is 70. Because lifespan is not existing in Tyler's namespace, so it is going and checking for human namespace. In human, it is present, so it is giving me 70. Okay, this is clear.
Yes.
If I say human dot lifespan, this is also 70. This is giving me the lifespan for the design in the human class. Okay, when I'm saying human, so this is a way to access attribute. Tyler dot lifespan gives attribute lifespan for the instance Tyler. Shashwat, you are correct. Okay, Tyler dot lifespan. Now, if I say human dot change lifespan, this is a method. This is a method. What is this method doing? What is this method doing? If I do, I can also do. If I want to set something, then I can also do Tyler dot lifespan is equal to 1000. I can do like this. This is called setting an attribute. I'm assigning an attribute, or you can say setting or assigning an attribute. Till here, am I correct? Till here, am I understood?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I can also create one method here. Say, for example, I'll create one method called def change lifespan for instance. I've created one method here. I will say self, and I will say self dot lifespan is equal to, here I will add one new lifespan is equal to new lifespan. Okay. I've created this method. What this method will do? What this method will do? This is an instance method. This will change the lifespan for an instance. Okay. And this will change the lifespan for the entire class. Okay. So I can come here, I can run this code again. Okay. I can come here. Taylor's lifespan is 1000. If I come here and if I run Tyler dot lifespan, it is giving me 1000. I can also do Tyler dot change lifespan for instance. If I do this and if I make it 5000, Okay, this is the instance method. So it will make change only for Tyler. So if I run this code, running this code is same as writing this line of code. That is only happening. Self.lifespan is equal to something. That's only I'm doing here. Self.lifespan is equal to something. So if I run this code, okay, and if I come here and if I say Tyler.lifespan, it is 5,000. But if I do Ashish.lifespan, it has not changed. It is still 70. But if I do Tyler dot change lifespan, this method, this is a class method. It is not going to make change for Tyler. It is going to make change for the entire class of Tyler. Will it change for Tyler? In fact, no, because Tyler already has a lifespan. Okay, so this is making change for the entire class of Tyler. So if I do change.lifespan, if I make it 6,000, okay, now if you come and if you look at Ashish.lifespan, what will it be? It will be 6,000. But if I do Tyler.lifespan, it will be 5,000 because it is already set. So this is a method. Keep this in mind. This change lifespan, this is a method, and this is an attribute. Are you guys? Have you guys understood now?
Yes, sir.
All of you are clear. Keep in mind what is the instance, what is a class, which method is doing what. Okay, this change lifespan, this is a class method. Now, some suggestion: you should not write like this. If you are using a class method, suppose this is a class method, change lifespan. Okay, so if you want to change for class, you can access the class. I did it intentionally. I did it in a confusing way so that you are clear in your mind. But in real life, you should not write like that. Access the class method using the class. Okay, and I can also say like this: Tyler dot change lifespan. This is also accessing the class method, but using an instance. Both of them will do the same thing. Suppose this is 7,000 and this is also 7,000. Both these lines of code will do the same thing. But this line of code is little bit confusing because we are making change in the class, but we are passing one instance. We are using one instance. So anyone who's reading the code, it can be little bit confusing for him. Okay. So a good convention is to access the class method using the class only. If you write like this, then it becomes very clear that you are making change in the entire class. Both of them will work, but this is the advised way of writing it so that there is no confusion to the person who is reading it. Okay, so when if you are making a change in the instance, use the instance. If you are making a change in the class, use the class. You can do interchangeably also. If you are trying to make change in the instance, you can do it using class also. How? You can do like this. You can say human dot change lifespan for instance. I am trying to make change for instance, but using the class. This is also not advised. Okay, here also I can say Sania, and I can say 4,000. Okay, this also we can do, but this is ulta. Okay, this is instance method using class. Alternatively, I can also do Sania dot change lifespan. This is class method, but I'm using instance. This is also ulta. So ideally, this will work, but advised not to do so that there is no confusion. All of you understood? Instance method, class method, all of you have understood? Okay, there are other applications of class methods also, but we will not go into that much. Okay, we will learn about static methods. Usually you see, you might be finding this little bit confusing. Mostly people will skip these things, okay, because it causes confusion, but still I'm showing you so that I hope it will be there in your head. These small things later on, you should not feel that the concept is mishy-mashy. That's why I showed this to you. Okay, it might take a little bit of time to understand, but take time, but solidify whatever you are learning. Okay, chalo, we will learn about static method. Okay, what is a static method? So we learned about instance method. Okay, so what is instance method doing? It takes the instance as a parameter. Okay, and then we learned about class method. So what is class method doing? Hey, is this the class session being recorded? It's being recorded. Okay, class method is taking the class as a parameter. Okay, then there is third type which is called as static method. Okay, so static method does not take, it is a regular method that does not take class or instance. Okay, so you will say that if it is not taking class or instance, then static method is just like any normal function, because these are what? These are ultimately functions, right? The only difference is that these are special type of functions because these functions are there inside a class, right? So if they are inside a class, they are either dealing with the class or they are dealing with the instance of the class. But I'm saying there is a third type of method, which is a static method, which does not take class also, does not take instance also. Then what is special about it? Answer is there is nothing special about it. It is just like a normal function. Okay, but it is kept inside the class for the reasons of logical grouping. It has some logical connection to what we are trying to do. That's why we are keeping it inside the class. You can keep it outside the class also, but because it is connected to the logic or the function that we are trying to accomplish using the class, it is related to that. That's why we keep it inside the class. Otherwise, you can keep it outside also. All of you are understanding? So you will say, what is an example of static method? What one? Give me some example of static method. So one example of static method can be that, for example, I want to create age. I want to find out age of the person. Okay, I want to find out age of the person. So here, when I am creating the human, I will also take date of birth or year of birth. Okay, I'll take year of birth. Okay, I've taken year of birth. Now from year of birth, I want to find out age. So here I will come and here I will say self dot year of birth is equal to year of birth. Okay, and I want to find out what is the age of the person. Okay, so how can we find out age of the person? If someone's year of birth is 1995, I want to find the age of this person. What will I do?
Year of birth minus present age, present date.
Present year minus year,
Yeah.
I will get it like this. Correct? No? So if I do this, does this logic have anything to do with the instance or the class? Calculating age, I will give the year, it will calculate the age. It has nothing to do with human, Ashish, Tyler, or Sanya, or any other person or any other instance. It has no connection to that. It is a general function, general logic. So that general logic where it is not taking class or instance, that we will say it is a static method. So we can write one method here and I can say def calculate age and I will say year of birth here. Okay, but if I do year of birth, by default this first parameter is considered to be instance. It is like self. So we have to inform Python that this is not self, this is just year of birth. So we will write one decorator here. We will say this is static method. So when we say static method, now Python has understanding that this year of birth is not self, it is not instance, it is not class also. It is just normal year of birth. Okay, so I can come here and I can say return. I can say come here and you can say current year. I have to find out current year. So how can I find out current year? I can say current year minus year of birth. Okay, how can I find current year? There is a library called datetime. Okay, we have not discussed about it, but datetime, there is one library in Python. If you do datetime dot now dot year, you see I'm getting the current year. So I can take this and I can put it here, current year. Okay, and then I can return this. So if I want to calculate age, I will come here and I will say self dot age is equal to self dot calculate age, and I will pass the year of birth here, self dot year of birth, like this. Okay, I will do this. And now if I come here and if I create some people, suppose I will come here and let me take some person. Who is the person? Let me take Suhas. Come down here. Okay. And I'll say Suhas gender male. I will also say year of birth. Suppose I will say 990. Okay. And now if I come here and if I say Suhas dot age, you can say I'm getting 35. Are you able to understand? Did you understand static method? This is a static method. Okay. You want to access it normally also you can do. You can also do human dot calculate age, and you can pass your own year of birth. Suppose your year of birth is 2000, then you can calculate like this also. Here we are not passing any instance, or here we are not passing any class. But if you do human dot change lifespan, for instance, suppose. So this is also instance method. This is the instance method. So here we have to pass the instance. I have to say Tyler. And then we have to say some 4000 something. Okay. So here we are passing the instance by default. Here that is not the case. We are just passing whatever we want to pass like a normal function. So this is like a normal function. Suhas is saying it is mandatory to mention static method before method. Yes, because if you don't put it, then how will Python know? Python will assume that this year of birth is self, which is the instance. Did you understand? Guys, anyone having any doubt or confusion till here, please ask. So we have discussed OOPS, class variables, instance method, class method, and static method. This much we have discussed till now. And we have discussed init method, constructor, and we have discussed some magic methods like done str and REPR.
सर स्टैटिक मेथड अपन किस केस में बनाते हैं, मतलब जैसे अगर देखा जाए तो उसका केस जैसे आपने पहले जो बनाया था सेल्फ वाला, तो जब हम किसी को इनिशियलाइजेशन करना रहता है तब जब सारे वेरिएबल को इनिशियलाइज करना रहता है तब बनाते हैं, बाकी फंक्शन अपने हिसाब से हम बनाते हैं। लेकिन स्टैटिक मेथड का अपन कोई स्पेसिफिक केस रहता है जब
दिखाया ना मैंने केस, जैसे आपको एज निकालना है, कोई ऐसा मेथड आपको यूज करना है जिस मेथड को क्लास और इंस्टेंस से लेना देना ना रहे। जैसे आप किसी का एज कैलकुलेट करते हो, तो ईयर ऑफ बर्थ मैंने किसी को दे दिया, तो एज तो आप उसका कैलकुलेट कर लोगे। उसके लिए आपको इंस्टेंस चाहिए, क्लास चाहिए, कुछ नहीं चाहिए। इसी मेथड को, इस कैलकुलेट एज मेथड को अगर मैं स्टैटिक मेथड ना बनाऊं, इंस्टेंस मेथड बना दूं, तो क्या करेंगे? ऐसे भी इसको लिख सकते हैं, इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं। ऐसे में लिख दूं अगर कि आई एम ट्राइंग टू राइट दिस कैलकुलेट एज नॉट एज ए स्टैटिक मेथड, एज अ नॉर्मल मेथड। In that case, I will pass self. So I'll say def calculate age, like this I can write, and I can pass self. Okay. Now I am not giving any decorator here. This means this is the instance method. Instance method, why? Because it is taking the instance self. Okay. So I can come here and I can say current year is equal to yahi wala current year, and I can say year of birth is equal to self dot year of birth. Okay. Here we are passing self में year of birth है, तो ऐसे access कर लिया। Otherwise here I can pass self dot yob here. Okay. So and in that case I can make it static method. Both are okay. Here I can come here I can return it like this. This way also I can write. This is calculate age instance method. This is calculate age as a static method. Depends on how you are writing. But normally we write static method where we don't access things about self. For example, you want to create email of the person. Create email. Okay. So create email, I can just pass the name and I can return name. I can return a f string and I can say this will be name @ company.com, something like this, or Google gmail.com, like this. So for writing this logic, do I need instance? No, I don't need instance. If I have name, I can create email from the name. So this can be a static method.
इस मेथड को एक्सेस अगर करना होगा तो इसके कॉल करना पड़ेगा बाद से एक जो अपना जो पहले वाला जो था जिसमें तो ऑटोमेटिकली इनिशियलाइज हो रहा था इनिट वाले में।
दैट इज अ
इसमें अगर
स्पेशल मेथड, दैट इज अ स्पेशल मेथड, दैट इज अ स्पेशल मेथड। ये जो हम इस तरीके से लिख रहे हैं इसको, ये लिखने का तरीका है बस, ठीक है। इसको आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो, ह्यूमन डॉट इनिट, ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो, ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो इसको। फंक्शन कॉल आप बोल रहे हो ना कि फंक्शन है तो फंक्शन को कॉल करना पड़ेगा, फंक्शन को
हाँ
हमेशा
स्टैटिक
कॉल करना पड़ता है, फंक्शन को हमेशा कॉल करना पड़ता है। पाइथन उसको एक अच्छी तरीके से आपको दे रहा है कि अच्छा इनिट करना है ना तो आप ऐसे लिख लो, ये इनिट लिखना अच्छा नहीं लगता है तो आप ऐसे लिख लो, ये सिंटैक्स एक मिल गया हमें, बट एक्चुअली हो यही रहा है यहाँ पे। और इसको हम यहाँ पे रिटर्न कर देंगे कुछ, यहाँ पे सपोज मैंने लिख दिया गौरव, तो ऐसे भी इसको लिख सकते हैं, देखते हैं चलता है या नहीं। सेल्फ यहाँ पे हमें ये देना पड़ेगा, शायद ऐसे लिखना पड़ेगा। नो एट्रीब्यूट कैलकुलेट एज, वो मैंने रीनेम कर दिया ना कैलकुलेट एज यहाँ पे, इसीलिए ऐसा हो रहा है। कैलकुलेट एज ये वाला मैं इसको यहाँ से बंद कर देता हूँ, देखो सी, यूजिंग दिस ऑल्सो वी कैन, आई कैन रन इट। सो ये इनिट मेथड ही कॉल हो रहा है, जब आप ये रन कर रहे हो तो वो मेथड ही कॉल हो रहा है, तो मेथड हमेशा कॉल होगा। और बताइए, डिड आई आंसर, डिड आई अंडरस्टैंड योर क्वेश्चन, और वेर यू आस्किंग समथिंग एल्स?
सर मैं पूछ रहा था कि अगर मुझे वो जो फंक्शन है कांस्टेंट वाला स्टैटिक फंक्शन जो बनाया था आपने,
कौन सा
तो
कौन सा?
जैसे ये स्टैटिक मेथड जब से बनाया था ना
हाँ
कैलकुलेट का,
हाँ
अगर मुझे इसको चाहिए होगा तो नॉर्मल फंक्शन की तरह जैसे एक तो होगा अपना नॉर्मल इनिट वाला बना दिया आपने, पैरामीटर पास कर दिया, बाय डिफॉल्ट अपना वही कोड रन करेगा अगर कोई फंक्शन कॉल नहीं किया तो, एक तो इनिट में वैल्यू डाल के। दूसरा ये है बाकी के सारे फंक्शन को अगर आपको कॉल करना है तो जो भी आपने बनाया है जो भी जैसे ऑब्जेक्ट डॉट जो भी आप करते हैं इंस्टेंट डॉट तो उसका फंक्शन नेम, तो वो पर्टिकुलर पैरामीटर पास करके आप फंक्शन को कॉल कर लोगे, राइट? ऐसा रहता है। तो मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ स्टैटिक मेथड को भी ऐसे ही कॉल करेंगे क्या?
ऐसे ही कॉल
जैसे एक
करेंगे,
बार तो
है
आप
तो मेथड ही, दिखाया ना मैंने यहाँ पे, यहाँ पे आप ऐसे भी कॉल कर सकते हो, ह्यूमन डॉट कैलकुलेट एज, ऐसे करके आप कॉल कर लो, ये रन हो जाएगा। क्या प्रॉब्लम है इसमें? कोई भी मेथड को आप कॉल कर सकते हो, उसमें मतलब प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
मतलब नॉर्मल मेथड की तरह ये स्टैटिक मेथड कॉल होगा ना, जैसे
नॉर्मल
नॉर्मल
मेथड
जैसे
की तरह को, हाँ।
एक इंस्टेंस
बस
बनाने के
इस
बाद।
बात का ध्यान रखना है कि आप जो पास कर रहे हो वो क्या पास कर रहे हो। चूंकि ये स्टैटिक मेथड है इसलिए जो मैं पास कर रहा हूँ वो एज इट इज जा रहा है। अगर ये इंस्टेंस मेथड होता तो जो मैं पास करता वो सेल्फ बन जाता, अगर क्लास मेथड होता तो वो क्लास बन जाता। बट है तो अल्टीमेटली मेथड ही, कॉल तो करना ही पड़ेगा। उसको आप क्लास के अंदर भी कॉल कर सकते हो। अब ये जो कैलकुलेट एज है इसको मैं क्लास के अंदर यहाँ कॉल कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है। कैलकुलेट एज इसको मैं क्लास के अंदर यहाँ कॉल कर रहा हूँ। आप चाहो तो बाहर भी कॉल कर सकते हो, आप चाहो तो इसको प्राइवेट भी बना सकते हो ताकि ये सिर्फ अंदर ही कॉल हो, बाहर कॉल ना हो पाए। एनकैप्सुलेशन में वो देखेंगे,
ओके सर।
वैसे भी कर सकते हैं। बट इट इज अ मेथड, इट इज बेसिकली नॉट इवन, इट इज अ फंक्शन। यू डिफाइन अ फंक्शन, यू कॉल अ फंक्शन। मैंने फंक्शन में तो ये बताया था आपको। तो आपने जब मेथड बनाया तो उसको आप कॉल करो, कॉल तो हमेशा ही होगा। ये मेथड भी कॉल होता है, ये मेथड भी कॉल होता है। मेथड यूज ही तब होगा जब वो कॉल होगा। अब कॉल करने का तरीका अलग अलग होता है, कई बार एक्सप्लिसिटली कॉल होता है, कई बार वो सिंटैक्स में हिडन होता है। जैसे हम लोग ये लाइन रन कर रहे हैं तो एक्चुअली रन यही लाइन हो रहा है, ह्यूमन डॉट इनिट, ह्यूमन डॉट वॉक, ह्यूमन डॉट कैलकुलेट एज, ह्यूमन डॉट क्रिएट ईमेल, ऐसे करके चले। आपके
ओके
सवाल का
सर।
मैंने जवाब दिया क्या?
जी सर।
मुझे लग रहा है आप कुछ और पूछना चाह रहे हो।
नहीं मैं यही पूछना चाह रहा था कि ये जब इसको मुझे इस पे जो स्टैटिक मेथड होता है वो इंडिविजुअली कॉल वैसे ही करेंगे ना जैसे बाकी मेथड को कॉल करके
बाकी
करते
मेथड,
हैं।
हाँ
एक बार इंस्टेंस बनने के बाद उसका नाम लेके पैरामीटर पास करके
हाँ
ऐसे ही।
हाँ
ठीक है सर, वही तो करते
हाँ।
हैं। इनिट फंक्शन सारा पैरामीटर पास करके एक बार वैल्यू इनिशियलाइज हो गई तो वो बाय डिफॉल्ट जो उसमें रिटर्न प्रिंट करना है वैसा करता है वो।
हम्म।
फिर बाद फिर अपन मेथड को उसका नाम दे, एक बार बन गया उसका इंस्टेंस, तो इंस्टेंस में बाकी जो अपने को मेथड उसके अंदर बने हुए हैं उसको नाम देके कॉल करना पड़ता है।
नाम
तो
देके
वैसे
कॉल करना पड़ता
ठीक है।
है। Anyone else? Praharsh, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we move ahead? Let us take some other example. Okay. We'll take another example and then we'll try to we'll take one more example and then we'll try to solidify little bit more. Okay. So I'll take this class and I will copy it here. Okay. Okay. And let us create one more class. Okay. We'll create one more class. Tell me what class I should create. I want to create a class called employee. Okay, this is a very common example everywhere people will show you. Okay, employee. Okay, so I want to create an employee. Now keep in mind one thing, that employee is also a human. Do you guys agree? I can create a class. Let me explain this. Okay. Let me explain this idea, what I'm trying to show you. That here I created a class called human. All of you are able to see what I'm writing? We created a class called human. Okay. And human is having some characteristics and human is having some behavior. We understood that behavior we are modeling using methods and characteristics we are modeling using attributes or variables. Okay. Attributes are also of two types. One is class attributes, one is instance attributes. And methods are of three types. One is class method, one is static method, and one is instance method. There are more also, but we'll discuss that later. Property methods and all those things are there, but we will discuss that later. We have class method and we have static method. Okay, this much we have covered till now. Okay, now I want to say that I want to create employee of some company. Okay, and I also want to create student. Okay, and I want to create maybe a cricketer. Let us not take employee, let us take cricketer. Okay, we'll take cricketer. So employee and student and a cricketer. Now employee, student, cricketer, these are also humans only. So whatever behavior and characteristics are there for human, same thing should be there for employee also, student also, cricketer also. Do you guys agree? It's like you define maybe a cat, and then you define a tiger, then you define a lion, then you define a maybe a leopard. Okay, so tiger is also a cat, lion is also a cat, leopard is also a cat. So whatever definition you have given for cat, the same thing will apply for tiger also, lion also, leopard also. Okay, do you guys agree? I don't have to write the same logic again for tiger, same logic again for lion, same logic again for leopard. Why? Because I told you earlier, dry, do not repeat yourself. We don't want to do the same things again. Are you guys following me? So same thing I want to come and I want to implement here also. By the way, this idea, what I'm trying to teach you right now, this idea is called as inheritance. This idea is called as inheritance. Inheritance is one of the pillars of OOPS, or one very important concept in used in OOPS. Okay, so we'll try to understand this. Okay, so let me come back here and let me say employee. Okay, so I'll create an employee. Okay, and I want to come here and I don't want to do anything. Okay, but I want to say that employee is also a human being for some reason. So employee will also have two hands, employee will also have two legs, two eyes, lifespan. Employee will have a name, gender, year of birth, age, friend list, everything. But employee will have some extra things also, like for example, which company he is working, or what is the salary of the employee, right? All of these things will be there. Guys, all of you are following me? Okay. Only few people are active in chat. What about other people? Guys, keep little bit interaction. Otherwise, I will feel that you guys are either sleeping or bored, or I don't know. I don't want that. Okay. If you are not understanding, you tell me. I will stop and I will explain everything again one more time. I have lots of time. We can do extra classes and all that. But I want all of you to understand. Don't sit just idle. So I'll create this class employee. Okay. Let us. We will take do this inheritance later. First, let us just write some things for employee first, as it is. Okay. So what if I'm creating this employee? First thing, what I will do? I will again create one init method. Okay, and init method will be self. And what should employee get? Employee should get name, employee should get gender, and employee should get year of birth. And maybe year of birth is none by default. Gender is also none by default. Only name we will take. Okay, and I want to take what? Employee will have maybe a department. Okay, and employee will have what? Employee will also have a salary. Okay, is this correct way of writing? Positional argument and keyword arguments?
No.
Thank you. So I think it should be like this.
Yeah. Optional parameter would be there in the last.
So I'll say self.name is equal to name, self.department is equal to department, and self.salary is equal to salary, and self.gender is equal to gender. But you tell me that this self.name, self.gender, all of this I've already done here, right? So why am I doing the same thing again? It's a problem. Okay. So I'm repeating myself. So I should know that I'm doing something wrong. Right now, what I'm doing, it is not correct. Okay. Still, I'm doing it. Fine. Name, department, salary, gender, and year of birth. Self dot year of birth is equal to year of birth. I have done this. Okay. Now, again, I want to create something like, for example, I want to create a method called, and employee will also have a manager maybe. Manager is none. Employee will have a manager, correct? I'll say self dot manager is equal to manager. This much I have created. Now, can I create some employee? Let me create an employee called Henry. Okay. So Henry is one employee. Employee. Okay. Employee and name, I will say name is Henry, and other things are not needed. Name is needed. Department, maybe Henry is in which department? Henry is in which department would you like to go? Let us say he's in tech department. Okay. And Henry will have a salary. So what should be Henry's salary, guys? 5,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees. Srinivas Lu is asking why manager is none. Manager is none because I don't have a manager for the person. So default value is none. If you want to add a manager, we can add it later. Okay. Default value is manager, which means I'm saying when employee is getting hired, that time we don't know who is the manager. We can add department also, we can make none, salary also we can make none. It is up to us. Okay. So I've created this employee. Okay. Now if I come and if I say Henry dot name, Everything is coming Henry. Now I will also have some class variables. For example, company name. Okay, so maybe I'm putting company name. What is the company name? Suppose company name is Euron. Okay, so Henry is an employee at Euron. So if I come here and if I say Henry dot company name is Euron. Till here, all of you are with me. What method can I add in employee? What method can I add in employee? Maybe I can add one method to give a promotion. Okay, give promotion. Okay, so I will take this is the instance method. Will give promotion to particular employee. Particular employee means instance. So I'll give promotion. What promotion? What promotion? When I'm giving promotion, so what should I? What should I do? When we get promotion, what happens? Our salary will increase
Check based on the salary.
based on the salary. So I'll say new, or I will say promotion amount. In percentage we will get, right? 10%, 20%. Designation will also change. So designation I have not added here. So you can also add designation here. It depends on you. I have added department, but you can, instead of department, I can add designation. Or let it be department. You can add it on your own. Promotion amount. So what happens when promotion will happen? I'll say self dot salary will become self dot salary times multiplied by 1 plus promotion amount. Okay. So if I come here and if I say Henry is there and one more employee I will create. So I'm having employee called Sumit. Okay, Sumit can be one employee and name will be equal to Sumit and department will be maybe Sumit is in finance department. And what salary you want, Sumit? Tell me quickly. 70,000 I will give you. Okay. So now I'm having Henry and Sumit. Now I want to give promotion to Henry. I can say Henry dot give promotion. How much promotion you want, Henry? 10%. So I can say 0.1. Okay, I can say 0.1. So if I come here and if I say look at Henry's salary now, can you see it has become 5,000, 50,000, 55,000 rupees, because earlier it was 50,000, now 5,000 has increased. All of you are clear here, guys? Okay. Now I can also add this promotion amount as a class variable, which means that every employee will get same promotion every time. I can say promotion amount is equal to 0.05 or 0.1, 10% promotion we will give to everyone. Okay, so we can come here and now if I say that Sumit dot, here I can come and here I can say self dot promotion amount, or I can say class dot promotion amount, or I can say here employee dot promotion amount. You see what I'm doing here? I'm accessing the promotion amount as a class variable. Okay, by default I'm saying everyone will get 10%, but sometimes we can say that no, Sumit should not get 10%, Sumit should get 15%, or some other employee should get less than 10% also. Default is 10%, but we should be able to change it. So when we are changing it, then we have to change the class variable. Okay, if we want to change for everyone, suppose company has made profit and we want to give 12% to every employee, then we will change class variable. But suppose a particular employee's performance is good or bad, then we want to change only for that employee. Then we will change the instance variable using instance method. Are you understanding the difference between class method and instance method? I hope it is clear. Okay, that's why I'm taking here self dot promotion amount. You can do here self dot promotion amount also if you want. Okay, it depends on you how you want to treat it. So I'm putting self dot promotion amount, which will be instance ka promotion amount. Instance ka promotion amount, if not present, automatically it will go and look for class promotion amount. So I don't have to take class here. I hope this point is clear. Okay, so I will take this and here let me come here and let me say Sumit dot salary. Sumit dot salary 70,000. Now if I will say Sumit dot give promotion. Now when I'm giving promotion here, I don't have to pass promotion amount. I will not pass promotion amount. Okay, I will not pass promotion amount. I will just, because promotion amount I'm taking from the instance. Okay, so I'll come here, takes promotion. Here I will not give anything. Okay, so Henry dot salary has become 10%. Sumit's salary is 70,000. Now I will say Sumit dot give promotion. Now if I look at Sumit dot salary again, what should it become? Should become 77,000 rupees. Okay. Manas is saying, do we need to add decorator class method here? Where will you add? I have not added any method. This is the instance method only. This is an instance method. Now I want to create a method that will change the promotion for the entire company. Then we will use class method because that will be a class method. So I'll say change promotion for change promotion amount company. So here by this using this method, I want to change the promotion amount for the company itself. Okay. So here I will come here I will say class and I will say new promotion amount. Okay. And this is a class method. This is a class method. So I will write here @ class method. So this class here will be class. I will say CLS dot promotion amount is equal to new promotion amount. Okay. Then I will also create one class which will be for change promotion amount for employee. I want to change only for the employee. Then I will use instance. I will say self dot new promotion amount. Okay. And I will say self dot promotion amount. This will change only for that employee is equal to new promotion amount. This much is clear. Now let us see what we will do here. Okay. So you
Hello, sir. Hello. Sir, I'm not able to understand that self dot promotion amount in the give promotion.
Where?
That line number 15, sir. 1 plus self dot. Sir, how it is accessing the instance variable self dot promotion amount?
Why will it
That-
not access? What is the problem?
Okay. The promotion amount is a class variable.
Class variable.
We can access from the instance also with self
Instance
method.
also.
Okay,
Uh,
sir. That I got confused. Okay, sir. No
See,
issue.
Henry ka promotion amount if you ask. Henry does not have a promotion amount.
Yeah.
So it will go and look in the class ka promotion. Henry ka class. Instance, class, built-ins. I told you, no?
Yes,
If you don't have it, if I will ask you where is your home, you have not bought your home. So you will refer to
Yes.
your father's home.
Yes.
That's the idea.
Okay,
Okay.
understood. Okay, understood.
So I will come here and I'll come here and now I will show you example. Okay. So if I say that, and again I'm coming back to the concept that I've repeated. I will say Sumit dot change promotion amount company. What is going to happen?
Change in the
What will happen? What I will do here, I will print here. Will print here. Print promotion of self dot promotion amount multiplied by 100 was applied new salary changed new salary is self dot salary. Okay, I have written this method. I'll come here. Now I'm running. Sumit is giving, we are giving 10%. Sumit is getting. Now I'm saying change promotion for the company. What happened? New promotion amount. Sorry. I'll write 0.5. Okay. Sumit, change promotion amount company. Now what will happen when I run this? Sumit and Henry will both get 50% salary increment. You can see. This I did not run or what? Change promotion amount employee. Give promotion. Where is give promotion method? Okay. Self dot promotion amount. Okay, I should write it here. Sorry, made a mistake. Here I should write it. Okay, I'm saying Sumit. I'm giving what this line will do, this will change for the overall. This will change for the overall company. I'm accessing it using Sumit, and I told you this is the bad way. Actually, what I should do, I should access it like this. Employee dot change promo. I should write like this, but I have written it like this. I'm intentionally writing it so that it is clear in your head. Okay. Now you see, promotion of 50 was applied, promotion of 50 was applied for the both people. Now if I change for Henry, I say Henry dot change promotion amount employee. Only for Henry I am giving 0.9. Okay. Now if I run this code, what will happen? Henry will get 90% and Sumit will get only 50%. Promotion of 90%, promotion of 50%. Okay. Again, if I change using, if I say Henry dot change promotion amount company, and if I make it 0.6, this will do what? This will change for the entire company. In fact, it will not make any change for Henry. Okay. If I run this, you will see Henry will still be 90, but Sumit will be 60. I hope now this example of class and instance variable is clear to all of you. Sumit's salary will get changed, no, because we are giving promotion. The point is how much promotion. So whenever I'm giving promotion, salary is going to change. But how much it is going to change, that is what we are controlling. Okay. Now I want to talk about inheritance. I have given sufficient examples of class variable, instance variable. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to make this employee in such a way. I want to make this employee in such a way that it should also have things about human. For example, eat and sleep, all those things. So suppose if I write this class here, okay, if I write, you see, I have written this human class also. Here I will give the heading inheritance. Okay, I'm having this human class, and let me create the employee here. Okay, I'm creating this employee. Now, what I want to do is I want to create the relationship that employee is also a human being. For example, if I want to say that Henry.eat, it is saying employee object has no attribute eat. Okay, because for employee, I have not defined eating. Employees having name, department, salary, all those things. But Henry employee is not having eating. But I want to create the relationship because by default, employee is a human being. So employee should also be able to eat. So if I want to do that, then I will use inheritance. Okay. So what I can do when I'm creating this class here, I will write like this, human. Okay. So now this becomes, I'll say employee class is inheriting from human. Or we can say that we are employee is a human, is a relationship, is a cat, tiger is a cat, lion is a cat, husky is a dog. Okay, employee is a human, student is a human, cricketer is a human. Okay, so like that, I'm creating this is a relationship, and this is the way to do it. So if I do it like this, okay, then this becomes, you see, suppose if I remove all of this code, okay, and if I write just pass here, and if I run this line of code, so this line of code will not work. Suppose if I create Henry is equal to, sorry, if I say Henry is equal to employee, क्या हुआ? We have to give name because human we are creating, so human is needing name. So here I will come and here I will say name is equal to, keep in mind what happened here, I will explain this. Okay, Henry, none type. See what is happening, what is the error I'm getting, why this error I'm getting, can someone tell me? I'm creating this name Henry, okay, and I'm not giving year of birth. Okay, suppose I'm giving year of birth, then this will work. But if I'm not giving year of birth, then I'm getting an error. Why am I getting error? Because I'm coming to this line, init method will be called when I'm creating this employee. Okay, when I'm creating this employee, I'm also creating a human. So I will go to human init method, and here there is YOB, year of birth. And year of birth, if I'm not passing, then year of birth is none. Okay, When year of birth is none, I am calling this method self.calculate age. In that I am calling year of birth. If I go to this calculate age, okay, calculate age, I am doing this current year minus YOB. So current year is an integer and this YOB is a none. So integer minus none, that is giving me error. That is giving me error. Can you see this? Unsupported operand type minus for int and none type. Int and none we cannot subtract. I cannot do 5 minus none. This is the error I'm getting. Okay, so what I can do here, I can make sure that is year of birth default value is not none. I will have to pass some year of birth. Fine. So I'll do here, I will come here and I will say year of birth is equal to 2000. Now you see I have created one employee. I've created one employee, but you see what is the message being written? Human is being created. Okay. If I say Henry dot eat, okay, it is a method, so I have to write like this. Henry dot eat. See, it is eating. We have created employee. In employee, we have not written anything. We have not written any, not even one line of logic I have written in employee. It is completely empty. But still, it is having eat. I can say Henry dot calculate age. I cannot write like this, sorry. Henry dot age. You see, I'm getting 25. I can say Henry dot friend list. I'm getting empty list. So I'm able to use Henry as a human being, even though Henry is an employee. Guys, are you following? Guys, do you need a break? Are you tired? Those who are tired, just write tired in chat. I want to see how many are tired. Not tired, tired. Anubhav is asking why not Henry.age? Because age is not a method, age is an attribute. If you do like this, you don't have an age method. Okay, we will take a break for 5 minutes. It is 5:40. We'll be back at 5:45. Okay, guys, we are going for a break for 5 minutes. Anyone has any doubt in these 5 minutes, we can discuss. Please be back at 5:45.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
So yeah, init method is not much clear to me. I just missed the last class, last 1 hour yesterday. So आप
Recording नहीं
quickly
देखा
बता
कल का?
सकते हैं? Actually, I was traveling, so I just reached back to my place.
Init मेथड क्या होता है ना? Init मेथड एक ऐसा मेथड होता है जो तब रन होता है जब आप एक इंस्टेंस को बनाते हो. ठीक है, या आप ऐसा समझो कि क्लास को मैंने कहा कि एक आइडिया है और इंस्टेंस को बोला कि उस आइडिया से मैन्युफैक्चर किया हुआ ऑब्जेक्ट है. तो आप ऐसा समझ लो कि जब कार मैन्युफैक्चर होती है तो उसमें क्या क्या चीज़ें बाय डिफॉल्ट हम डाल के देते हैं. जैसे उसमें सीट लगी हुई होती है, स्टीयरिंग लगी हुई रहती है, ब्रेक्स लगे हुए रहते हैं, है ना. आप चाहो तो अलग से भी लगवा सकते हो बाद में, लेकिन जब कार को बनाते हैं तो उसमें वो चीज़ें लगी हुई रहती हैं. वैसे ही ये जो इनिट मेथड है, ये इनिट मेथड का काम ये होता है कि जब भी हम किसी चीज़ को बना रहे हैं, कोई ऑब्जेक्ट को बना रहे हैं, तो बनाते टाइम ही उसमें हमें क्या क्या चीज़ें डाल के देनी है.
Okay.
ठीक है,
मतलब क्लास डिफाइन करते टाइम init यूज करना ही करना है.
जरूरी नहीं है.
Okay.
जरूरी नहीं. यहाँ पे देखो ना, मैंने क्लास बनाया, यहाँ पे तो कुछ भी नहीं डाला मैंने. तो अब ये कल का जो रिकॉर्डिंग है ना, वो आप शुरू से देखना. तो शुरू से मैंने जब शुरू किया था ना, तो वहां पे आपको दिख जाएगा. जैसे ये देखो, मैंने यहाँ पे सबसे पहले जो क्लास बनाया था, यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ भी नहीं डाला था.
जी.
ठीक है, तो इसको मैं बना के, इसको मैं जब रन करूंगा तो इसको मैं ऐसे रन कर सकता हूँ. ये ह्यूमन बन गया, लेकिन इस ह्यूमन के पास कुछ भी नहीं है. तो इस ह्यूमन को अगर मुझे नाम देना है, एज देना है, एड्रेस देना है, तो मैं ऐसे करके डाल सकता हूँ. ह्यूमन डॉट नेम, ह्यूमन डॉट एज, ऐसे करके मैं डाल सकता हूँ. लेकिन मैं चाहता हूँ कि जब ये बन रहा हो ना, तभी ये चीजें इसमें बाय डिफॉल्ट आ जाए. तो वो फंक्शनैलिटी जो मैं चाहता हूँ कि उसमें बाय डिफॉल्ट आ जाए, उसको मैं इनिट के अंदर डाल दूंगा. जैसे मैं चाहता हूँ कि जब वो बन रहा है उसी समय उसमें एक फर्स्ट नेम लग जाए, उसमें लास्ट नेम लग जाए, जेंडर लग जाए, हाइट, वेट, फ्रेंड जो भी है वो लग जाए. तो वो सारी चीजें मैं इनिट मेथड में डाल दूंगा.
ठीक है, got it.
ठीक है, इसको मैंने काफी डिटेल में समझाया है. आप कल की रिकॉर्डिंग को एक बार देखना.
Sure. Thank you.
Mohammed Anas is asking, can you explain the difference between a function, method and operation in Python? Function तो आपको मालूम ही है, function एक logical bunch of logical statements का एक ग्रुप होता है जिसको हम एक नाम से सेव कर लेते हैं, जिसको हम लोग बार बार कॉल कर सकते हैं. मेथड एक फंक्शन ही होता है जो क्लास के अंदर होता है. ठीक है, मेथड कुछ नहीं है, एक फंक्शन ही है जो एक क्लास के अंदर है और उसके अंदर कुछ स्पेशल बिहेवियर होता है. यानी मेथड क्लास मेथड हो सकता है, तो उसका जो फर्स्ट पैरामीटर है वो क्लास होगा. इंस्टेंस मेथड है तो उसका फर्स्ट पैरामीटर इंस्टेंस होगा. तो ऐसे करके कुछ खास तरह का फंक्शन को ही हम लोग मेथड बोलते हैं, स्पेशली जो क्लास के अंदर रहे. और ऑपरेशन इन पाइथन, ऑपरेशन आप किसको बोल रहे हो मालूम नहीं. Someone is asking that nowadays with the help of AI tools we are able to generate the code. So is there a need to learn coding and need to be expert in coding? It's like asking that, sir, calculators are there to do the calculation. So do I need to learn how to calculate? Is it needed? It's needed. Don't think of coding as just coding. Think of coding as solving problems. Okay. It will improve your mind. You will be able to solve problems. And yes, you will always have to write code. Sayam is asking what other topic will be covered today. We'll see यार. अभी तो oops कर रहे हैं. We'll take 2 more minutes, then we'll start. Okay, guys, we'll resume this session. Okay. So I was talking about this employee class and it is inheriting from the human class. Okay. So what is happening here? What is happening here? So when I'm running this employee class, by default, here also the same logic is there. Okay. Here also we'll have the same logic. Okay. It is also called as MRO, method resolution order, but I will talk about this later. This is a little bit confusing, but for now, just know that I've created this human class and then I'm creating this employee class. And I'm saying this employee is a human, so employee is inheriting from human. Okay, so even if employee has nothing, by default it is inheriting everything that human has. Just like when we are born to our parents, we are inheriting everything from our parents. Our parents' house becomes our house. Our parents' name is given to us. We get our name. Our parents' vehicles become our vehicles. Our parents' property become our property. Our parents' friends will also, our parents' relatives will also be our relatives. Okay. So even if we have done nothing in life, we are just born. But because we are born to our parents, everything that is belonging to our parents belongs to us also. Now, is it necessary that entire life we will live with that only? No. We will add our own property also. We will add our own property also. So, for example, this employee does not have a home. Okay. And you are asking this employee for a home. Okay. So, what will happen? I will refer to the parent. Does human have a home? Okay. Or does human have maybe a method called as eat? Okay. So, employee can eat. So, but for employee, I have not defined how to eat. Okay, but for human it is there. So if I'm calling eat, I will first look whether employee knows how to eat or not. If employee does not know how to eat, we will go and look for the parent class, which is human. This idea is clear to you guys? Similarly for init also, if I look for init, if I'm creating, say for example I said Mahesh is equal to employee. Okay, so what happens when I run this code? This line of code is going to call what? It is going to call the init method. This part is clear to everyone. But this employee does not have an init method. So what it will do? It will go to human and it will call the init method of the human. Are you understanding, guys? All of you? That's why when you come here and if you see here, when I started writing this code, if I simply write that Manas is equal to employee, this is giving me error. Why? Because employee does not have an init. So it goes and it is calling the human init. You see what is the error? Human init missing two required positional arguments, name and YOB. Okay. So even when we are creating employee, it is actually calling the init method of employee. It is not present. So it is going and calling the init method of the parent class, which is human. So human we will call as a parent class. Employee is a subclass or we say child class. We can call subclass also, child class also. Human we can say parent class also, super class also. Super class, parent class, child class, subclass. Okay, all of you are following. So here I have to call the init method of human. So I have to say name is equal to Manas and year of birth is also mandatory. So year of birth is 2001. Like this I am writing. You see human is being created. Okay, but now what I want to create the employee. I want to create an employee, and for employee, I want to write its own init method. Because I don't just want the properties of human, I want some extra properties also. Okay, so I want some extra properties like department, and I want some extra property like salary. Okay, so I'll say self dot like this. Okay, but because employee is inheriting, so what I can say self dot name also, and I can say name and year of birth, department and salary, like this I can say. And now I can say that self dot name is equal to name, self dot year of birth is equal to year of birth, self dot department is equal to department, and self dot salary is equal to salary. Now again you will say that sir, you always keep saying that to not repeat yourself, but here you are also repeating yourself. Here in human you have already done this self dot name is equal to name and self dot gender and self dot yob is equal to yob. Then why are you doing the same thing again here? I should only do what is extra. For employee only department and salary is extra. This part, this much is already repeated. It is there in human class. So why should I write it? Are you guys following what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Okay, so what I will do here, because here we are just having 3 or 4, but actually it can be a lot more things. Okay, so I don't want to write it again, because if I do it again, there can be mistakes. So what I have already done, I want to reuse it. The whole idea of inheritance is whatever code I have written earlier, I want to reuse it. I don't want to do it again and again. I have written the method for calculating age and for eating and sleeping and REPR, all of these things. I don't want to repeat it again and again for employee. Okay, tomorrow I can create a class called cricketer. So again, I don't want to do self.name is equal to name, self.age is equal to age. That I have done once. So I don't want to repeat it. So what I will do here, I will inside this init method, I will call the human init. I will call the human init. Okay. So how will I call the human init? I will say human dot init like this. Okay. And I will pass whatever I have to pass here. Okay. I will call the human init and whatever is extra. So name and year of birth will go there and department and salary is extra. So that I will use here. Okay. So human init, I can say self and I can say name and YOB. Will this work? If I write like this, will this work? Employee I have done earlier, is it? I've written. So what I will do, I will delete all this. Otherwise it will cause confusion. This I've written above, no? Somewhere. Let me. I've done it, so I will delete it. If I do this, will this work? Employee init missing department and salary. Employee init. Oh, employee init needs department salary also. So I forgot to pass that. Okay. So department, you can give here none also if you want. But here I will pass maybe department is equal to tech and salary is equal to 20,000. So if I run this code, you can see this is running. Now what I have done, I can do minus dot name and I can do minus dot year of birth, minus dot department and minus dot salary. All four things are there. And I have done that without rewriting the code that I wrote for human. This idea is clear. Why are we showing the name and YOB in line 77? Why are we using what do you mean? Why are we passing name and year of birth here? We are passing name and year of birth because employee will have a name and year of birth. Employee का नाम और year of birth तो होगा ना? But I am not assigning it to the employee. I am just saying call the human function. Okay. Now this way of writing is not very common. Instead of doing this, we use the word super. We use super. Okay. Now super itself is a detailed subject. What is super? Okay. We'll not go into too much detail. For now, just understand that this super is actually referring to the parent class. Okay. In this case, the parent class is human. So super will refer to human. So I will say init and I will just say name and year of birth. Here I don't have to pass self also. You see the same code is working fine. Okay. This is calling the parent init, calling the init method of the parent class. Okay. This is also calling the init method of the parent class, but using super. Guys, are you following? Guys, are you following? Now I want to write one method. I want to write one method here called as eat. I want to write a method here called as eat. And I will say here print I am a employee and I am eating fast. Okay. If I come here and I want to create one human also. So human we have created earlier. Let me bring that. Who are our humans? Tyler, Manas, where is it? These were our humans. So I'm creating some humans also. One missing argument YOB. यहाँ से मैं year of birth अच्छा डाल देते हैं चलो. Suppose all of them are born in 1998. Whatever it is. Okay. So now if I come here and if I say that Tyler dot eat. Okay, you see what it is saying? Hello, I'm eating. But if I say Manas dot eat, what will I get? Saying I am an employee and I'm eating first. Now you see the eat method is there. Eat method is there for human also, but eat method is there for employee also. Suppose if I remove this, method, now what will happen? Now what will happen? If I do Tyler.eat, I'm eating, Manas.eat also I'm eating. So Manas is an employee. Employee does not have eat. So it will go and it will check for the parent class. But if eat method is present in employee, then that will be called. I hope that is pretty explainable, pretty understandable to you. Are you following, guys? So here I'm creating this eat method. Okay. Similarly, I want to add all the other methods also that we talked about, which was giving promotion and all that. So I can add all this. Come here and I can add these things also. Okay. And I can add some class variables here called as, what were the class variables I was using? Can you see I have created now objects? Sayyam is asking method overriding technically. Yes, this is called as method overriding. When I'm writing this eat method here, this is called as method overriding. Okay. Now, if you come here and if you see, I'm giving you one example. One interesting thing. Okay. What is the interesting thing? If I say manas.eat and if I say was it Sanya? Sanya dot eat. Okay. Manas dot eat. And I can say Tyler dot eat. Okay. You can see here. Why I'm getting none here? Because it is giving me a tuple, that's why. Ignore this, okay? Or I can say humans is equal to, I'm creating a list of humans. So who are my humans? Sanya is my human, Manas is a human, Tyler is a human, and I created one more employee, Henry. Name Henry, year of birth, only this much is enough. And I will put Henry also. Henry also. Then I will write a loop. I will say for human in humans. And I will say human.eat. You see what is happening? I will print I am, see, I am, and then I will write one F string. See what I'm doing. I'll just put human. You see what will happen. And then I will print some stars. See what will happen. See, it is saying I am Sanya and I'm eating. I am Manas, I am employee and I'm eating. I am Tyler, I'm eating. I am Henry and I'm employee and I'm eating. So it is the same method, eat. But this method is behaving differently when it is being called on different objects. Are you guys following what happened here? The same method is behaving differently when called on different objects. You know what this is? This is called as polymorphism. I was talking about inheritance, but example that I am giving you is polymorphism. So there are 4 pillars of OOPS: inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. All these 4 are kind of related to each other. These are just basically ideas or concepts, but they're actually related to each other. Okay. So here we have done inheritance. Using inheritance, we have overwritten a method. This eat was there in human. But when we created this employee, I have again written this eat. So this eat is overriding the eat of the parent class. So that is called as method overriding. Using this method overriding, what we have achieved? We have achieved something called as polymorphism. Polymorphism means having different forms. Poly means different, poly means many, morph means forms. Okay. Now you will ask that, sir, okay, you have given this silly example. Where is polymorphism? Where will it be used? What is the point? Don't worry, we will talk about that. I'm not teaching you about polymorphism just because the example came. That's why I have mentioned. Now let me create one more class which is called as cricketer. I will create a cricketer also. So for cricketer, what I can say? I can say def init. So for cricketer, what all things we will do? We'll have self, we'll have name, we'll have year of birth. For cricketer, what things can be there? Suppose there will be team. Which team the player belongs to. So I can say self dot name is equal to name and self. But you'll say again, sir, you are doing this repeat work. Don't do repeat work. So if I don't want to do repeat work, then what will I say? I will say I will just call human dot init and I will send self name and year of birth. So human init method will take care of that. I don't have to worry. I only have to worry about extra. So what is extra? Team. Self dot team is equal to team. Instead of writing human here, I can write super also. Super is better. Okay. So I can write like this, and then I can add a method called eat, and I will say self, and I will print here I am eating healthy because I am a cricketer. Okay. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? Okay. So now if I come here and if I create some cricketers also, I will create some cricketers also. So what cricketers I can create? I can create Dhoni is a cricketer. Okay. And name will be equal to MSD and let name be Mahendra and year of birth maybe 1986. Okay. And I also want what? A team. Right. So team is CSK. Correct. So I've created one Dhoni. So you can see here also it is saying human is being created. So what is the structure that I've created here? I've created a structure like this. There is human. Then there is cricketer. Then I have what? Employee. And this cricketer is also inheriting from human, and this is also creating taking employee is also inheriting from human. Okay, so this is one type of inheritance where there are multiple subclasses. So cricketer and employee, they are both subclasses of human. Okay, so now if I come here and if I add in this example, if I add one more person here called Dhoni. Okay, you can see here it is saying I am Mahendra and I'm eating healthy because I'm a cricketer. So eat method is there, but eat method is behaving differently. Now, if you interesting thing you see, if I just write Dhoni, see it is not giving me the memory address. It is giving me a proper print statement here. Why it is coming none here? What is none? Gender is none. Okay, so let me put gender is equal to male. See, cricketer is not expecting gender. So what I can do here, I can come here and I can add in cricketer gender also. Okay, and here I have to send gender also. We have to keep in mind the order. Okay, so if I go to human, it is name, year and gender. Okay, so I have to keep name, year of birth and then gender. No, here it is fine, but here I have to name year of birth and then gender. Like this I have to do. Now if you come here and you see if I do Dhoni, automatically it is giving me like this. Although I have not defined any str method or RPR method in the cricketer class, but it is automatically taking it from human. So you see how we are reusing the code. We wrote the str and RPR method only once, but we are using it multiple times in different classes. Did you understand the need for inheritance? How we are reusing the code and we are not doing any redundancy. If you do here print Dhoni, you see it is giving me this representation here. If I was not inheriting from human, then I would have gotten the ugly memory address which we were getting last time. Guys, is everyone following what I'm showing?
Yes.
Anyone having any doubts or confusion till here? Anything you did not understand? Manas is asking what is the difference between method overriding and polymorphism. Method overriding is a way to achieve polymorphism. Polymorphism is the bigger thing. Method overriding is one of the ways to do polymorphism. There are other ways also like duck typing, etc. All those things we have not covered. Okay, two more concepts I want to discuss. After that we will close. Oops. Okay, two more concepts I want to discuss. Okay, so one concept that I want to discuss is encapsulation. Okay, so I told you there are 4 pillars of OOPS. The first one is inheritance. Then we have polymorphism. Then we have encapsulation. And the fourth is abstraction. Now these are very interesting topics. Okay, if we go into detail, it will take 4 or 5 hours for one topic to completely appreciate it. Okay, but we are not going into that much detail. It is not needed for your DSA thing. But still, I will cover all of these and give you sufficient intuition of what is what. Okay. Inheritance, you guys have understood. What is the basic idea of inheritance? To reuse code. Some code we have already written. Okay, if we are able to establish is a relationship. Then we can use inheritance and we can reuse some code. That example I have given you. Okay, polymorphism is one method, different forms. Okay, for example, if you ask, you can create classes. For example, if we talk about little bit about polymorphism, okay, suppose you are making payment. Okay, you are on the you are ordering food from Zomato. Guys, are you with me? All of you, everyone write yes in the chat box. I want to see how many of you are active. Okay, I will give you one example of polymorphism. This is a philosophy. You have to think in that way direction. Okay, what is polymorphism? What is it? One method, different forms. Okay, now imagine that you are working, you are trying ordering food from Zomato. All of you must be ordering food from Zomato. So, or you are ordering some item from Amazon. When you are ordering from item from Amazon, you are doing add to cart, then you're going to cart. In the cart, all the items are there. When you're clicking pay, you're going proceed button. When you go to proceed button, there's a very big screen. Okay, and there is an option for maybe UPI. Then there is an option for net banking. There's an option for maybe cred or something. Then there's an option for cards. Okay, and there is a button. All of them are having one button called pay. Are you able to imagine? And you see this pay button is same, but this pay button is going to change its behavior depending on whether you have selected UPI or net banking or cred or cards. So if you try to imagine this in object oriented way in which we have learned, it might be something like there is a class called payment. Okay, this payment will have some behavior and characteristics, and there are some subclasses for this. For example, UPI. This is also inheriting from payment. There can be credit card. This will also inherit. There is a debit card. This will also inherit, and there can be maybe net banking. This also can, and you can use maybe cred. This will also take. So all of these are inheriting from payment. There must be some common behavior for payment. For example, when if payment is successful, then you have to give success message. If it is failed, then it is failure message. That is common. So that logic can be in payment method. But individual logic of cred, net banking, UPI, credit card, debit card will all be different. If you do cred, then it will take you to the cred app. If you're doing net banking, then it will ask you to log into your net banking portal. If you do UPI, then it will ask you for UPI ID. If you do credit card, it will ask you for credit card things. Okay, debit card will do something else. All of them will have their own security. All of them will have their own payment method. All of them will have their own KYC. But pay method is common. This will also have pay. 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 And this will also have pay. When you click on pay, different things are happening. But the method is pay. Same method will behave differently depending on whether the object is cred, net banking, UPI, credit card, or debit card. So you understand polymorphism. Now, when I remember, I will give you the same example when I talk about abstraction also. Okay, and I will say the same thing is also an example of abstraction, but that I will tell you later. But for now, have you understood what is the meaning of one method, different forms? Okay, or if I give you one example of cat and all. Okay, so suppose there is cat, and there is lion, there is leopard, there is cheetah, and there is tiger. Okay, all of them will have one method. All of them are going to roar. So I can say lion dot roar, leopard dot roar, cheetah dot roar, tiger dot roar, or house cat dot roar. All of them will have roar. But the way a house cat is going to roar is different from lion, different from leopard, different from cheetah, and different from tiger. If it is not defined, then cat can have a default roar method also. Okay, but all of these subclasses are going to use the same roar functionality, or I can have a hunt functionality. So the way a house cat will hunt is different from lion, different from leopard, different from cheetah, different from tiger. Okay, so same method can have different implementations. Did you guys understand polymorphism? At least little bit. So the example that I'm giving you, these examples are of method overriding. There are other ways also of doing polymorphism, but one example is method overriding. All of you understood? Inheritance you have understood. Okay, third thing I want to show you. Third thing I want to talk about, which is I was going to talk about what? Encapsulation.
Overloading. What is the overloading?
Method overriding, not overloading.
But there are two things, right?
That is operator overloading.
Yes.
Operator overloading is also polymorphism. Okay, I will explain that. There are many ways. Okay, fine. Few common ways in which you can do polymorphism. Guys, are you able to read my handwriting? Is it too bad?
A good one.
Okay, thank you. If you said bad, I would have felt little bit bad. Method overriding. This you already know. One is called as operator overloading. This I have not shown you. I was going to show you. Okay. What is operator overloading? For example, if you do 5 plus 5, this is giving me 10. Correct? What is operator here? This is the operator. This is clear.
Yes, yes.
But if I do Praharsh plus Srivastav, then what will happen? It is the same plus sign, but what will happen?
Prashas Srivastava did this.
It will be appended. Correct? So this is the operator, but it is behaving differently, right? If I do like this, if I do 1, 2, 3 plus 4, 5, 6, what will happen? I will get like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Basically, we can say the signature will be the change, right?
Which one?
Different input parameters.
Yeah, signature or different parameter.
Depending on which instance it is being applied to, this plus is changing its behavior. Just like the method example I gave you. Depending on whether it is lion, leopard, cheetah, or tiger, the roar method will change its behavior. Similarly, here also, this add functionality is changing its behavior depending on whether it is applied to integer or to string or to list.
Operator overloading, right?
This is operator overloading. So this is also polymorphism. This plus is having many different forms. Sometimes it is doing addition, sometimes it is doing concatenation, sometimes it is doing appending things to a list. Are you getting it? Now, if we want, because here this is integer, this is a string, this is list, but we have created our own custom classes also, if you remember. That's what we were doing, correct? So we have created some custom classes. What are our custom classes? Suppose we have created some humans. Guys, are you following? We have created humans, right? We created one human called Tyler. And I created one human called, what was the human? Suppose Henry. Okay, Ashish, fine. And I'm having Ashish. If I do plus here, what will happen? Tyler plus Ashish? What will happen? Python will give error. Because we don't have that functionality. We have not told Python what to do when you are adding two human beings together. In real life, it does not make any sense. Add two human beings together. Okay? But we are God and we are creating humans in Python. So it is up to us. We can decide. So if I'm adding Tyler and Ashish, then what should happen? You can say that, sir, if Tyler and Ashish are getting added, then I will create a third friends. You can add them as friends. Or I am saying that I will create a third entity, which will be a mix of Tyler and Ashish. I will create like this. I will create a third human. So this is human. This is also human. I will say this is also human. And this human's name will be name 1 plus name 2. And his lifespan will be double. Tyler ka lifespan and Ashish ka lifespan will get added. It is some nonsense that I am creating. You can decide your own logic also. You can decide your own logic. So how can we implement that? I will show you quickly. Okay. If I come here to human being, okay, in human being, I will add one method here. See, now if I add, right now if I add, and if I say that Tyler plus Ashish, you see it will give me error. It is saying unsupported operand types for human and human, which means if two humans are being added, then what to do we have not told. So I'm going to tell it. Okay, so there is a magic method. I will add one magic method here, which is called as def dunder add self and other. Okay, which means if I'm adding one employee to other employee, what should happen? So I will return another human being whose name will be equal to self dot name plus other dot name. Okay, and in order to create human, what all things we need? We need name, year of birth. We need only name and year of birth. Okay. Lifespan also. So lifespan we want to double it. Fine. What we'll do? Name will be this, and year of birth will be equal to what? What year of birth you want? We'll keep the year of birth of the first person. Whatever logic you can keep. Okay. And I will say this. This will be a new human is equal to this. Okay. And I will say new human dot lifespan is equal to self dot lifespan plus other dot lifespan. I hope you are understanding. I'm doing some nonsense work here. Okay. Return new human. So I've written that logic. Okay. Now can we run this code and see what happens? If I do Tyler plus Ashish now, what should happen? I'm getting some type error. What happened? Unsupported type, integer and string. Where happened? What did I do? Self dot name, other dot name, EOB, YOB. Oh, self dot YOB. Sorry. Oh, that's what Mohammed was saying. Sorry. See, now I'm getting a new person called as Tyler Durden Ashish Singh. A new human has been created. Here I can put him as hybrid human. So we have made Tyler and Ashish reproduce. Okay. And we have created one hybrid human being. Now, if you look at this hybrid human being, okay, and if you look at the lifespan, it is 140. Tyler and Ashish ka lifespan we have added. Now, something I have done. You can do whatever you want. Okay. You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that we can write some logic on what happens when we add. Similarly, you can also write some logic that def mul. If you multiply two human beings, then what should happen? Like 5 into 5 is 25. Okay. But if you do Tyler multiplied by Ashish, then what should happen? Whatever should happen, you can write the logic here. You can say text self, other, and here you can write pass. Some logic you can put here. Okay. Did you understand, guys? Operator overloading. So operator overloading is also one way of achieving polymorphism. There are, again, I'm saying there are other ways also. Understood, guys? Anyone is there who did not understand? Who is confused? Till now, anyone has having any questions or doubts, you tell me. Anything you have not understood till now, tell me. We have some 15 more minutes. Okay. I will take some time to explain things one more time if you want. How many people are there? 28 people are there, but only 3 or 4 people are active in the chat. What about other people? Srinivasulu is saying that, sir, polymorphism example, can you show us using Python code in VS Code instead of Jupyter? Then we can understand easily how do we run multiple classes from where, like main method. There is no difference. You write the code in VS Code or you write the code in Jupyter. It's going to be the same. There is no difference. I will show you in VS Code also, no problem.
We'll do it as a class homework, sir.
Do it homework. If you have any questions, you tell me. Otherwise, I will give you. I have one YouTube video. I have done one full small project. You can watch that. I've done that in PyCharm also. ऐसा कुछ you will not see any different. It will be same only. We'll do a lot of work in VS Code also. Shashwat is asking one question. Sir, why haven't we initialized the new human using the human.init? Instead, just use human. कहाँ पे? यहाँ पे? This one you are saying? What is the problem? I've created new human. Why will I use init? You can use init also. You can do init also. Human dot init like this you want. You can do. This is the standard way of writing. You can call init method also. When you run this automatically, init is called. Try writing like that. You can write like that also. Okay, let us not talk about encapsulation. I will talk about abstraction. Okay, abstraction थोड़ा interesting ज़्यादा है. ठीक है? Will 2 more topics are there. After that, we'll close this. Okay. Abstraction. Do you guys understand what is the in real life? What is the meaning of abstraction? To hide. Okay,
Hide
good.
the actual implementation. Don't show the inside that
Hmm.
kind of things. Like TV remotes kind of thing.
You can say. Okay. What is the idea of abstraction concept? Very, very interesting thing it is. So here we talk about 2 important things. Okay. One is called as implementation, and other thing is called as interface. Okay. And the basic idea of abstraction is we deal with interface without worrying about implementation. This is a very interesting thing. Okay. And in our life, we observe this thing. We are always, pay attention, guys. Okay. Pay attention. This is very, very important. If you understand this concept, you will understand a lot of other things also. Okay. Even in our daily day-to-day life, if you observe around you, you will always find that there is a level of complexity on which we operate. There is one level of complexity on which we operate. And there is always a higher level of complexity and there is a lower level complexity. Okay. And whatever level we are, there is always some level which is below that and there is some level which is above that. And we never care about what is the lower level. We always worry about which level we are in. Okay. How? What is the meaning? Okay. So yesterday, a few days back, I was traveling on train. Okay. And I was in the berth and there were some family traveling and there was a baby, newborn, less than 1 year baby. So whenever the baby was hungry, baby used to cry. Okay. When the baby used to cry, the mother used to feed. Okay. Now, if you think from the baby's perspective, baby is hungry. What does the baby do? Baby cries. When the baby cries, baby gets food. Okay. Does the baby know from where the food is coming? Does the baby know why it is feeling hungry? Does the baby know what happens when it eats food? No. Baby only knows one thing. I am hungry. I will cry. I will get food. How, why, when? Baby does not care. Even when you grow up, when you feel hungry, you just say that I need food and your mother will put food on the table. Right? That is the level of complexity on which you are working. Okay. So you can say that there is an interface. Give me food. Give me food. This is the interface. This is you. You are asking, you're saying, give me food. Okay. When you're saying, give me food, what happens? You are getting some result, which is you are getting on a plate, you are getting some food. Some food I'm drawing here. Okay. How you are getting this food? What is happening behind the scenes? Can someone tell me? Some person is going to the kitchen and cooking. Okay. Someone is cooking, and when the food is cooked, then you are getting it on your table. But the person who is asking for food, he does not care about what is happening in the kitchen. So we will say that this kitchen or cooking is called is implementation of how things are happening. Okay. But the person who is ordering the food, he is not interested in that. He is only interested in the interface. So this kitchen is giving one interface. Interface is that you ask for food and you get the food. Behind the scenes, what is happening, you don't bother. Okay. This is to be bothered for the person who is in the kitchen, who is the cook or the mother of the house. Are you understanding? So this is the level of complexity on which this person is working. This person is only concerned, give me food, I will eat food. And this person has other things to do. He has to go to job, he has to study, or he has to go and play, whatever he has to do. Are you understanding? Similarly, this person who is cooking the food, imagine yourself in this position. Guys, are you following what I'm trying to say? Imagine this person. And this idea, this is only called as abstraction. We will say that the working of kitchen is abstracted away from this person. The working of the kitchen is abstracted away from this person. This person is only dealing with the interface. It's like you go to the restaurant, you order food, you get the food. But what the chef is doing inside to prepare the food, that is not your problem. Okay, as long as there is an interface, as long there is a waiter will take the order and he will bring the food. You don't worry about what is happening in the kitchen, on what type of utensils or what type of stove or what type of techniques they are using. Okay, now try to imagine from this person's perspective, whoever is here. Suppose this is mother. Okay, so for mother has to cook the food. Okay, in order to cook the food, what does she need? Suppose she needs rice and she needs spices. Okay, so this rice and spices should be present in the kitchen. If the rice and spices are present in the kitchen, then the mother can cook. If it is not present, then what happens? Maybe you have to order the food from Zomato. Okay, so what mother will do? Mother will go to Swiggy and she will press the button order. When she is pressing the button order, the rice and spices are coming to her. Okay, but what happens? How Swiggy is delivering the order? That is abstracted away from the mother. Here there are some Swiggy delivery person, there is a warehouse. Okay, the order will go to the warehouse. In the warehouse there will be packing. After packing, one delivery person will come and he will deliver. When you press the order, all those things will happen. But does the mother care about all these things? No. So this, we will say, this is also one example of abstraction, where the working of the delivery system is abstracted away from the mother. And this is also exposing one interface that you just press on the order button. Don't worry about other things. When you press on the order button, the food will come to your house. Just accept the food and you do your work. So mother is more worried about cooking the food. She doesn't have to worry about how the order is being delivered to her. That is somebody else's business, somebody else's problem. Maybe it is the delivery person's problem. Now, if you look from the perspective of the delivery person, what delivery person has to do? Delivery person has open his phone, and in the phone he has the Maps app. He will put the location on the Maps app and the map will tell him where to go. Okay, map will tell him where to go. How does the map work? Does this delivery person know? No. There is a separate level of complexity. Here now Google Office is there. In that Google Office, some software engineers are sitting and they are writing the Maps software. That map software is actually showing him the way. But that delivery person does not have to know that. So we will say this is also one interface. And this Google is implementation. Google Maps is the implementation. Similarly, you see there are so many different levels. Okay, what I'm trying to explain you is that we are always working on some level of complexity. There is always things that are at a lower level of complexity. Did you guys understand this example? Now try to imagine in your own life how much abstraction is there. If abstraction is not there, then you cannot actually function. For example, if you take this mouse, okay, I am pressing on this mouse button and it is clicking, right? If I do this scroll, then it is scrolling. Actually, how it is happening inside the mouse, I don't know. So in order to use the mouse, I don't need to know the working of the mouse. And that is a very, very important concept. Because when you are writing software, when you are writing classes, when you are writing methods, right, you always have to expose an interface to the user. And the user should use only that interface. Behind the interface, what is happening, that is your problem, that you have to figure out. Okay, but a interface has to be given to the user. User is always going to work on that interface, which means this button should be present. This button should be present. And this scroll should be present. And this right button should be present. And it should work. Inside what electronics are there, that is the headache for the electronics manufacturer. I don't worry about that. Just give me the buttons and I will do my job. My job is not to worry about how the mouse works. My job is to write software using this mouse. Or my job is to teach. Okay, this mouse should expose one interface to me. Okay, so this is very, very important. Now, if you remember, I gave you the example of credit card and all those things, right? If you remember the pay wala example, where I gave you polymorphism. Same thing is also an example of abstraction also. So you are having this method, you are having this, you are having this, and you are having this. Different methods. Suppose there is UPI, suppose there is credit card, suppose there is debit card, and suppose there is net banking. All of them are exposing one interface. That interface is the pay button. Now the user is only interested in this pay button, or there will be a cancel button. Okay, there will be a cancel button. Now what happens when you click on pay? That user does not know, user does not care. User cares that when I press on pay button, the payment should happen. Money should get deducted from my account. How you are deducting, that is your problem. Okay, user does not care. User says that I will pay on the button and my food or whatever I have ordered from Amazon should come to my house. How you are managing the logistics, how the delivery person is doing, how the software is working, how supply chain is happening, how stock is being that is all Amazon's problem or Blinkit's problem or Swiggy's problem. User does not care. User is only concerned with the interface. Give me an interface to order, give me an interface to add to cart, place order, pay button, money should get detected and item should come to my house. Are you guys following? So that is example of abstraction. The details or the implementation. Someone said in the beginning, implementation. So hide the implementation. Hide the implementation and expose the interface. Expose the interface. This interface is also called as promise. Promise. Promise means when I press on the pay button, the software is promising me that boss, I will deduct money from your account. How I will deduct, you don't worry about that. You just go and check your bank account if the correct amount was deducted or not. How it got deducted, that we will handle. Okay, you worry about your own problem, you don't worry about these things. Okay, so that is why it is also called as a promise or a commitment. And implementation is how things are happening. We don't worry about how. Okay, guys, did you understand this abstraction? Can you give me some example of abstraction in your life? Someone is saying, sir, please explain using code. We will do it, explain using code. If you have understood it theoretically, you will be able to write code your own. Zoom meeting, laptop, correct? When you press on Zoom meeting, When I press on the start button, I'm able to see all of you, you are able to see me. How it is happening, we don't care. How Zoom is making it possible that you are able to hear my voice and I'm able to read your chat. If we worry about that, then we cannot function only. If I start worrying about how Zoom is working, I will not be able to teach you. Electric board working, just we press button, correct? Every board will promise you that there will be a switch. Okay, every electric board will promise you that there is a switch. If you press it like this, it will be off. If you press it like this, it will be on. Lights will glow. How the wiring is done behind, that is hidden from us. That is abstraction. Python is also an abstraction. When you write something, x is equal to 5, lot of things are happening behind, right? But we don't care about that. We say that, okay, x is equal to 5, 5 is stored in x is a variable. But how it is working, that we don't know. And it is good that we don't know. Because if we know, then we will not be able to function. Python is abstraction over C++. You can say that. Not always. Some of the libraries are abstraction over C. Like for example, NumPy is abstraction over C. That is correct. If this idea of promise is not there, we will not be able to live. We will not be able to survive only. If you look at it from a philosophical point of view. Okay. We have to implement this in Python. We will do, don't worry. We will take a lot of examples of abstraction. I will show you. Inheritance, I've given you so much example. For abstraction also I will give you. So how is abstraction implemented in Python? Can someone tell me? Any idea? So by default, abstraction is not implemented in Python. We have to implement it. There is a library for that. It is called as abstract method and abstract classes. We will talk about that. Guys, anyone is having any question? Sir, could you include how a wrapper is different from abstraction? All of us have heard about some sort of wrappers over other technologies, but we don't know the concept. Some people will say wrapper also, you can say like it's an abstraction over something. In day-to-day language, you can say that, but usually we use the word abstraction. We don't say wrapper. Guys, anyone is having any questions till now for whatever we have discussed? If you don't have questions,
In the method overloading,
sorry,
the method overloading.
I didn't hear you. I didn't understand. What did you say? Method overloading. I've explained it, no? When you it is not method overloading, it is method overriding. Method overriding is when you override a method. Your method is there in human. You created a class called employee. In class employee, again, you are having that method. See, I will explain to you. In abstraction, I will explain to you. So in abstraction, what did I say? I said that we need an interface and we need one implementation. Okay. So interface, I told you that interface is also a promise. Okay. So for example, I'll take the example of the payment only. Say for example, class payment. Okay. So here I am defining one method in payment, which is called as pay. So whenever any payment method is there, okay, payment method should have pay method. Any payment method should have the pay button, or you can say there's a pay button should be there. Okay. I'm passing it and I can say there will be a method called cancel. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? And then I will have another class, which is, suppose there is a payment method, or I can say this is, let us say this is UPI payment. Okay, and then I have another class which is called as credit card payment, and here also I have to have pay. Okay, and here I should also have, pay attention guys, okay, I should also have cancel. And I want to create some payment objects. Okay, so I want to say that CC payment is equal to instance of credit card payment. Similarly, I want to create one UPI payment, which is UPI payment. And I want to create one more payment, which will be what? Net banking payment. And suppose here I forget to add pay button. I've just added cancel. Okay, or I can, here I'm adding one make payment method. Instead of pay, I'm saying it make payment. And I'm saying cancel payment. So whoever is writing this payment method, I told him that you should have you should have an interface of paying and canceling. You should have a interface of pay attention guys, what I'm saying. Okay, whoever is creating a payment method, we told that boss, suppose I am Amazon and credit card company is coming to me saying I want to integrate in your platform. I said okay fine, you integrate it, you give me a pay button and a cancel button. Okay, after that it is your problem, you do whatever you want when the user clicks pay, but you give me the pay button, I want to show it to the user. Some net banking bank came to me, he said sir I want to integrate it. I said okay fine, you give me a pay button, you give me a cancel button. Okay, when the user clicks pay, money should be deducted. How you deduct that you see, but you give me pay, but you give me the interface. Okay, similarly UPI person also came, but credit card and UPI payment person, they named their methods as pay, but the net banking person, he wrote the method as make payment. Now this is going to cause me problem, because I will have only one button called pay. So credit card will work, UPI will work, but net banking will not work, because for net banking it is saying make payment. So what is happening? The interface is not delivering to the promise, or interface is not consistent. So this is going to give me problem. Okay, so here if I write like this, okay, here I will have to add self everywhere. Just 1 second. Okay, so I'm creating UPI payment and I'm creating net banking payment, and I'm creating one net banking payment. Now what I will do, I will say for payment method in CC payment, UPI payment and net banking payment. I'm saying I want to say payment method dot pay. Suppose I want this pay button in my app. If I run this, what will happen? Suppose I will add some print statements here. Okay, here for cancel, I will say cancelled. Okay, so if I run this, you'll see what will happen. Okay, for CC payment, it is working. For UPI payment, it is working, but for net banking payment, it is giving me error because pay is not there. Why this is happening? Because there is no way for us to ensure that interface is consistent. Whatever interface we want, there is no way to make it consistent. We cannot stop anyone from writing this method called make payment or cancel payment. Are you understanding the problem statement? Solution is very easy, but understanding the problem is difficult. Have you understood the problem? Anyone who did not understand what I'm trying to do? That's why I gave you so much explanation in beginning. So what we want to do, what is the problem? What do we want to do? Okay, we want to enforce a certain interface. or we can say we want all payment methods to have a interface or promise of pay and cancel. Okay. Implementation of pay and cancel can be anything, but the interface should be present. Interface should be guaranteed. Again, I'm saying, what happens when we click the pay button? That I don't care. But the pay button should be there, that I care. It should be there. If it is not there, then I will not allow you. Maybe your pay button does not work. You see, that is your problem. But give me the pay button. If you don't have the pay button, then don't call yourself as the payment method. That is what I'm trying to say. So how I will implement it? I will implement it using a concept of abstract method. I'll say from ABC import abstract method and comma ABC. Now you see what I'm going to do. Pay attention, okay? I'm going to create something called as a abstract method. What is abstract method? Abstract method is a method that does not have implementation. Okay, or we say it is not a concrete method, not a concrete method. What is the meaning of this? We will understand. We'll understand using example. Okay, so what I will do, I will create one class called payment method. So I'm defining what should be a payment method. If I want to qualify as a payment method, what criteria I should fulfill. Okay, and I will inherit from ABC. I will inherit from ABC. Okay, then I will write one method called pay. Okay, and I will not say anything. I'll just say pass, and I'll say def cancel. I'll say self, and I will say pass. Okay, and I will call this as an abstract method, and this is also an abstract method. Okay, so what I have done here, what is the purpose of writing this code? What is the purpose of writing this code? This code defines what qualifies as a payment method. Okay, this will ensure or enforce that all payment methods will mandatorily have pay and cancel. All payment methods will have pay and cancel methods. Okay, so this is mandatory. Keep in mind, mandatory method overriding for all abstract methods. Okay, so this is what I have created. I'm saying that anything that is a payment method will have pay and cancel. If it is not having pay and cancel, then Python will not allow you to create that class only. Guys, are you following me? Are you guys following me? Okay, so now what I will do, I will take this whole example. Let me take it down. Okay. Okay, I will bring it down here. And now I will take all this. Again, I will bring it here. Now I will say that this credit card payment is a payment method. So it will inherit from payment method. This net banking is also a payment method. So I will say payment method. And this UPI is also a payment method. So this will also be a payment method. Now I have created this. See, Now what will happen? Now this net banking payment was invalid because it was not having pay and cancel. So it will not allow me to create this net banking payment because it is not having pay. Okay, you will see this. Now if I run this, you see, if I write these 3 lines of code, you see. If I see CC payment, this is working. If I do UPI payment, it is working. But if I do net banking payment, you see it is giving me error. Why? Because net banking payment is not a valid payment method because it is not having the correct interface. Why it is not having correct interface? Because it is not having a pay and a cancel button. It is having that functionality, but it is having using make payment and cancel payment. It should not be make payment and cancel payment. It should be pay and cancel. That is the interface. That is the promise. Okay, so this net banking payment is not fulfilling the promise. It is not giving the proper interface. So it will not allow me to create it. It is saying can't instantiate abstract class net banking payment without an implementation for abstract methods cancel and pay. Did you understand what we did? Who did not understand? Someone says not clear on ABC. Anubhav, did you understand now or still unclear?
So, sir, while defining the ABC method,
Hmm.
I mean, if we define this payment method separately, then I think it would be working as well, right?
Where?
The in the net banking section where you have defined separately the payment method.
में
If we
कहाँ पे?
define this
यहाँ
thing
पे ये वाले
in the
यहाँ पे
हाँ इस वाले को
हाँ, क्या करना है यहाँ पे बताइए.
इस चीज को वहां पे डिफाइन करते हैं जहां हम लोग ने एबीसी को डिफाइन किया है, क्लास बनाई है, तो
हाँ,
दिस शुड वर्क.
it will work but it
हाँ
will
यहाँ
not
पे
be a
अच्छा,
payment method. मैं यहाँ
हाँ
क्या बोल
करेक्ट
रहा हूँ?
करेक्ट
यहाँ क्या बोल रहा हूँ? मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि पहले मैंने ये डिफाइन कर दिया कि किसको मैं पेमेंट मेथड बोलूंगा. पेमेंट मेथड की कुछ डेफिनेशन होनी चाहिए.
Yes.
ठीक है, जैसे आप अगर मार्केट में जाओगे, आपको माउस अगर खरीदना है तो वायर्ड माउस भी आती है, गेमिंग माउस भी आती है, सिंपल माउस भी आती है, छोटी वाली माउस भी आती है. बट हर माउस में इंटरफेस सेम रहता है. 2 बटन रहेंगे, एक स्क्रॉल व्हील रहेगा. उसके अलावा और भी फंक्शनैलिटी हो सकती है, उसके कलर वलर चेंज, प्राइस चेंज हो सकता है, लेकिन वो माउस कहलाए, माउस के लिए क्वालिफाई हो, इसके लिए ये क्राइटेरिया जरूरी है कि उसमें 2 बटन और एक स्क्रॉल व्हील हो. अगर उसमें 2 बटन नहीं है तो उसको माउस मैं बोलूंगा ही नहीं. तो यहां पे मैं वही बोल रहा हूं कि पेमेंट मेथड की ये डेफिनेशन है कि उसमें पे और कैंसिल तो होना ही चाहिए. अगर पे और कैंसिल नहीं है तो मैं उसको पेमेंट मेथड बोलूंगा ही नहीं, वो क्वालिफाई नहीं करेगा. तो यहाँ पे जो नेट बैंकिंग है, दिस इज नॉट क्वालिफाइंग एज अ पेमेंट मेथड. This payment method, because it is an abstract class, it will ensure that every payment method should have this pay and cancel. ओके, अब यहां पे अगर मैं पे और कैंसिल डाल दूं तो हमारा काम हो जाएगा. Shashwat is saying, did you understand, Anubhav? Shashwat is saying, sir, can we define a custom higher order function? If yes, we can make that as an
एब्स्ट्रैक्ट
interface.
मेथड में
हाँ, tell me.
सर, अगर एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड में ही अगर हम लोग ये पेमेंट मेथड को भी इंट्रोड्यूस कर दे तो जैसे अभी डिफाइन आपने किया, डिफाइन पे पास, डिफाइन कैंसिल और पास, और ऐसे हम लोग ये डिफाइन मेक पेमेंट भी और पास और डिफाइन कैंसिल पेमेंट और पास कर दें एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड के अंदर ही,
तब
तब
हो
भी काम
जाएगा.
हो जाना चाहिए.
हाँ, अगर यहाँ पे मैं डाल दूं, यहाँ पे आप बोल रहे हो मैं
हाँ
एक
हाँ
एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड डाल दूं मेक पेमेंट,
करेक्ट करेक्ट.
तो ऐसा मैं नहीं डालूंगा क्योंकि उसका कोई सेंस नहीं बनता है. लेकिन अगर डाल दूं, अगर ऐसे में डाल दूं यहाँ पे मेक पेमेंट, ठीक है, तो ये सब एरर दे देगा मुझे क्योंकि यहाँ पे मेक पेमेंट नहीं है क्रेडिट कार्ड में. आप समझ रहे हो? यहाँ पे अगर मैं ये सेल्फ दे दूं और यहाँ पे मैं अगर पास दे दूं तो ये भी नहीं चलेगा, ये भी नहीं चलेगा, ये भी नहीं चलेगा. क्योंकि अब मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि किसी भी पेमेंट मेथड में मेक पेमेंट होना चाहिए, पे होना चाहिए और कैंसिल होना चाहिए. तो क्रेडिट कार्ड पेमेंट में मेक पेमेंट तो नहीं है, सिर्फ पे और कैंसिल है. जो भी जितने भी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड है सारे प्रेजेंट होने चाहिए, एक भी मिसिंग नहीं होना चाहिए.
अंडरस्टूड सर.
तो दिस इज अगर इसको मैं देखूं तो यही है हमारा इंटरफेस. और ये जो है यहां पे दिस इज द इंप्लीमेंटेशन. दिस इज द इंप्लीमेंटेशन. अब यहां पे मैंने इंप्लीमेंटेशन में सिर्फ प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट डाल दिया है, बट यहां पे यू विल हैव लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. For payment, you will connect to the bank. You will check whether the amount is okay or not. Then you will send one API to the bank. Bank will reduce the amount. Many things will happen, but all of that will go inside this pay button. And this pay button, you are free to do whatever you want inside this pay button. That is up to you. I will not question you. But the pay button should be there. The presence should be there. That I care about. So Ashwath is saying, can we define a custom higher order function? If yes, then we can make that as an interface and call the function defined by different payment methods in it, which will make it consistent. I did not understand. Explain, Shashwat. क्या बोल रहे हो आप? I can give you one more example. Okay. ये सब कोड कहाँ से आ गया? I will give you one more example. Say, for example, if you are creating a class called engine. Okay. So engine can be abstract class. Okay. And in engine, you can have a method called accelerate. Okay. And you can have a method called brake. And you can have a method called engine में और क्या होता है? Turn on, switch, ignition. Ignition should be there. Or maybe start. Okay. So any engine should have this. Or you can create a class called car. Okay. So car is ABC. Car should have maybe a accelerate. And car should have a clutch. And a car should also have, what should be there? Brake. Now you can say, sir, electric car will not have clutch. Okay, so what I can do, I can make a mix. I can say this can be an abstract method and brake also can be an abstract method. So any car mandatorily should have accelerate and brake. And clutch can be optional. So clutch I am leaving as it is. Abstract method. Okay, you can see. So I have created a template for a car. Now you can create your car. You can create now car. So what car can I create? I can create a class called petrol car. And petrol car will inherit from car. So when I'm inheriting from car, this means that this petrol car should have an implementation of accelerate. Okay, whatever I want, however I want to accelerate, that is up to me. But this method should be there and it should have a method called brake. Okay, similarly, I can create one electric car also. Electric car is also a car. So electric car also should have accelerate and brake. I can also create one diesel car. And diesel car will also have accelerate and brake. Now you see, inheritance, abstraction, and polymorphism. All three are coming together here in this example. Can someone tell me how? How all three are coming together? Think about it. Okay, we are already time. Go home and think about it. What is happening? How all three are coming? You see this accelerate and brake. This is mandatory over method overriding. So this is polymorphism. We are inheriting from car. So that is inheritance. And we are hiding the interface. We are hiding the implementation and we are showing the interface. That means we are also using abstraction. So other than encapsulation, everything else is happening here. Some of you have understood, I can see in the chat box. Okay, guys, we'll keep it till here. Anyone has any question? I'll stay for 5-10 minutes. You can ask me, otherwise you can leave. I don't know how much of you understood. I can see only 3 or 4 people are actually responding. Other people are not responding. So guys, what is up? You can talk to me. किसी को डाउट है पूछिए. Others, you can leave. The class is over. I will not be teaching anything else. How are you feeling? Are you feeling confused? Anyone feeling confused, overwhelmed? क्या चल रहा है समझ में नहीं आ रहा है सर. Anyone like that? No? Can I end the session if no one has anything to ask? No one has any doubt? Okay, guys, I'm ending the session. I will see you next week. Okay. In the meanwhile, do two things. Okay. Can you see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? Go to my channel. Okay. And practice one thing. Okay. Practice this one. This video. Python mini project in Oops. This one. Okay. Here you will get a good practice of what we have done so far. It is a ATM simulation. Okay. So step by step, whatever I'm doing here, try to practice it. So whatever we have learned, most of the things you will get practiced here. Sumit, just wait for some time. Okay. Whatever I've shown you here, you do that, and code is also available. Somewhere there will be a link. You can go to that link and you will find the code also. Okay. So try to do this. This will help you with your Oops practice. Okay, this does not include abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, all those things. It is including basics of Oops. Okay, if this much you do, you will get a good idea of Oops. Okay, and I have written code in VS Code, PyCharm also, so all of those questions will also get answered. There is nothing new. Whatever I've shown you in class, the same thing, but different example. While loop is also there, for loop is also there, composition is also there. All concepts of, not all concepts, most of the concepts of Oops are also there. So try to watch this video and follow it. Write the code on your own. Okay, you can do that. That is one assignment for you. Okay, guys, I'm stopping the recording. Then you can ask them questions if you want.